Good afternoon. Hello, welcome to the stream, Lack. Good to see you, Frederick, as well. Good to see you guys. Good morning, good afternoon. I hope you guys are doing well. About to get on the way here, just getting last couple of bits sorted up. Sorted out even. Patrick, welcome back. Glad to have you. Welcome back to the stream. Got a really nice one lined up for today, so it should be a lot of fun. Really looking forward to this. Right, so we're nearly there, guys. We're nearly there. Last couple of bits to just resolve here, because just getting everything booted up. The amount of applications to make this stream work is pretty insane. Here we are. We're on. All right. Bear with me with just one moment. Why is this not working? Got up on the last stream. ATC was busy in both Manchester and Heathrow. VATSIM so amazing when it's working like that. Yeah, bro, I absolutely love it. I was hoping for a bit of that today, to be honest. Similar sort of routing area that we're flying through. So I'm hoping for a bit of that, but we'll see how it goes. So we'll see, yeah. Patrick, I download my... I don't really download any extra aircraft. Well, I've not really spent much on other aircraft at the moment, but yeah, liveries I get from flightsim.to. Alright then, guys, here we are at Gatwick. Logged onto VATSIM, so you can probably hear the drone of some other aircraft in the distance. Aircraft up there. I think there's someone logged in over there and over there. There's a few people here anyway. There are some controllers on. We're going to fly to Dublin first of all. And there was a controller on there a bit ago, but he's gone off now, sod's law. Maybe they'll come back on. I don't know, but we'll see. I did literally just now, I just purchased the payware scenery for Dublin. Just for this stream. And yeah, now he's gone offline, but I don't know. Maybe they'll come back on. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. Anyway, we have got this beautiful retro Aer Lingus livery, which is just fantastic. Honestly, I absolutely love it. I really like this style of livery with the cheat line, and then the italic text. I don't know why, but I think it's really cool. We've got a Ryanair 737 just taxiing over to the runway down there. We've got an EasyJet 320 over there as well. And you guys will be pleased to know as well, actually, that I know last stream we were having a few issues with aircraft not showing up on VATSIM. I've actually fixed that, so we should get all the aircraft showing up now, which is nice. And I'm just trying to get my Sim Toolkit Pro to actually start the flight. Good afternoon, John. Need this stream today. Too much wine last night. Nice, dude. Well, I hope this helps. I'll try not to yell too much. Macco Simulations, welcome to the chat over on Twitch. Absolute legends. Beautiful, beautiful scenery creators for Microsoft Flight Simulator. Wow, Sim Toolkit Pro is it's legit not letting me. I loaded my flight from SimBrief and I'm clicking fly now and it's not working. That's a little bit annoying. Let's disconnect and then try do it that way. Oh dear. Max. Apologies, I didn't leave a link on the Discord. I just thought because because I was posting straight after my last one, I didn't really want to spam loads more links. But yeah, I can put a link every time if that's better. Yeah, no worries at all, man. Right. Sorry guys, I'm just making sure we can get things going really. Sim Toolkit Pro doesn't want to work for me, which is a bit unfortunate. I do like using that for my overlays and whatnot, but I guess we won't be able to use that today. I just catch the stream to the telly in the front room. Beautiful. That's amazing, dude. Robbie, is it possible to turn the background music off or down a bit? Yeah. I will turn that down as soon as we get underway here. I'm just leaving it rolling while we actually get things actually started here. So bear with me just a couple of moments. I think we're good to get going now, though. I just needed to bring up my OFP for my flight plan. I was trying to do it on Sim Toolkit, and it doesn't want to work today for some reason. I updated it yesterday, so there must be a bit of a bug there. Mariner, good afternoon, brother. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Hope you enjoyed a bit of midweek madness last night. It was good fun. It wasn't quite as busy as I was kind of hoping it would be a lot busier than that, to be honest. I wanted to try out doing some holds in the CJ4, but alas, we got straight in without any delay. So, oh well. Yeah, after a go around, I was actually wondering that because I remember I landed and I looked at your stream, and you were already on a go around, and I was thinking because you took off way after me, didn't you? But what must have happened while we were arriving at Gatwick is I think the controllers must have I think they gave me a really wide berth on an approach to the airport for some reason, and I think you managed to sneak in before me to do your initial approach, and I was thinking about that afterwards. I thought that was quite amusing. But anyway, yeah, it was good fun, man. Next time I'll have to jump on Discord or something. What are the beats? They are they're tunes by a guy called Harris Heller, and yeah, they're just kind of Harris Heller on Spotify. That's all I can say really. He's got a load of tunes on there, a lot of sort of lo-fi type chilled stuff, and yeah, various different playlists. Yeah, departures. I think I was quite lucky on the departures because I think I think I taxied out just as it started to get really busy, because I remember I took off and then checked your stream and you were there with like 4 of the planes queuing at the runway. So yeah, I thought that was quite amusing. But yeah, I'm going to definitely keep trying it though. Let's see, what else did I miss? The tunes are quite motivating. Yeah, I do enjoy these tunes, man. Good afternoon, Leon. Welcome back to the chat. Good to see you. Good to see you. Ari, this is Microsoft Flight Simulator. Oh, we've got quite a few aircraft here. 1, 2, 3. Beautiful. Massive boo-boo by ATC. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. Obviously, I don't really know what their procedures are exactly, but I don't know. Maybe it was because of spacing and things like that, and that's the way it worked out. I don't really know. Hey, mate. Hope you're well. Watching with a friend, so hey, say hi to him. Hello, Jordan's friend. Does Jordan's friend have a name? Jordan, welcome to the chat, brother. Good to see you as always. One thing I wanted to say to you as well, Jordan, actually, is I downloaded a scenery from Microsoft Flight Simulator of Blackpool Airport just the other day, and it's really cool, actually. It's really cool. I want to show you it, but I'm yet to plan a flight, but yeah, maybe in the future we'll do something like that. What's going down today? We're going to be flying some Aer Lingus routes. Basically, in a nutshell, we're going to be flying Gatwick, Dublin, Manchester. Essentially, should be pretty cool. All real Aer Lingus routes. Obviously, Aer Lingus has a base at Gatwick. The HQ is at Dublin, and obviously the fly to Manchester quite a lot as well. So, yeah, it should be pretty cool. We're on VATSIM, so we should have quite a bit of ATC. But I am just sort of going off on one here and just chatting forever. So let's actually get started here. Ari, this is Microsoft Flight Simulator. I did just say that as well, and it's in the title of the post if you check there. If you want to see what game I'm playing. Gloomy and dull day in London. Yeah, it does look pretty dull, doesn't it? I thought I had to go around just after you landed because there was one guy taking off. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe that was the order. I don't really know, to be honest. You had TCAS shouting traffic. It must be good to have TCAS working, though, to be fair. Ah, nice, sounds good. Can't wait to see his name, Henge. Can't believe you're being a traitor with this rival Irish airline. Well, they've got this super nice retro livery that I managed to find, and we don't have any 737s yet in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So, can't really do any kind of Ryanair stuff. I mean, I suppose I could put a a Ryanair livery on an A320, but that's just not right, is it? But good afternoon, Henge. Welcome to the chat. Hope you enjoy the stream today. Next stream, Manchester, Birmingham, Manchester. Yeah, potentially. I mean, I need to get Birmingham, to be honest with you. I still don't. I've got the preview with the ground markings, but I don't have the full airport yet. All right, let's get things started then before I just chat forever. Right, let's get the dome light on, bit of lighting in here, and get the ADIRS set to align. Turn our nav lights on as well. Crew supply oxygen, we'll put that on as well. IR2 to nav mode, and then IR3 to nav. Beautiful. Okay, cool. Back down here, let's get some brightness on these displays here. And this one, a standby instrument, and there we go. I'm just going to turn these ones off because they're just totally not needed. Get a little bit of light here on the pedestal and our integral lights as well, a little bit of that. And that should do for now. Let's jump on down to the MCDU here, and we'll get things started. So first of all, we'll initialize with our flight plan data from SimBrief. We'll bring that in, and our ADIRS are already aligned. I think I might have accidentally left that on instant alignment, but that's not a big deal. Let's get an ATIS for Gatwick. Oh, and yo, Jordan, you wanna see? I don't know if you will have seen this or not yet, but you wanna just see this when I get this message through. This is so cool, so cool. Ryanair would probably charge you to fly their livery. I don't know. Yeah, maybe. They have those new Boeing planes on the simulator, the 737 MAX. I don't know. Well, they don't have any Boeing 737s on here yet. They've got a 787 and a 747, but not 737. Afternoon, Dave. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you again in the chat. Have I been flying today? No, literally just started. He turned the engines off mid-flight and he was having issues. Well, I mean... You need to learn the in real life way to start the APU. I mean, I think it's just a case of just pressing the on button and then waiting 3 seconds, then pressing the next one. I think that's the done thing. All right, and let's go get self-loading cargo loaded up as well. Because we obviously want, we want some passengers on board. Where's self-loading cargo gone? Oh, it's right here. Let's just fill this out real quick. I know it's a bit small for you guys, but I'm just sort of setting it up so there's not really too much to see for now. We'll set our departure time to 1/4 past. In fact, we'll give it a bit longer because... Let's do that. Alright, cool. And while we are waiting, let's go for ground services. We'll get a jetway, catering, bagage, and the power supply. We can say ready for boarding, and we'll start the boarding. So we'll start that off because the passengers tend to be pretty goddamn slow, and the jetway should come across and we can get our people on board. How much was the Dublin airport, it was £15. All right, Jordan, are you watching? Check this out. This is amazing. So you get your ATIS through on the AOC, which is fine, but then you can actually press print, and then you come down here and look at that. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. I can't get enough of it. And then you can collect it, and then boom, it's right there for you. Absolutely amazing. I love it. Okie dokie. So we've got information Bravo. That's all good to go. Let's go to our init and set up our flight plan. So we'll bring that in from SimBrief. Cost index is 25. Cruising flight level 360 is correct. Our flight number, Shamrock 249. We've got that really cool call sign with Aer Lingus. So gotta love it. Gotta love it. Flight plan. We're gonna set up our departure. We are planning for the Inver 1 Zulu departure on, let's see what runway is in use here. 26 left is in use. I did not mean to press that right there. Let's see. All right, so we are gonna right. We'll have to speak to ATC to get our SID because yeah, they're using a different runway to what we planned for. So I shall we'll speak to delivery and have a word with them. That is on 121.950, which magically I already have tuned here, so I'm going to do that. And let's just get my stand number, which is 27. Where's my pen? I'm just going to double check that I've got the latest ATIS, because I have a bit of a habit of always giving the out-of-date ATIS. Information Bravo. Excuse me. Gatwick delivery radio check.
Station calling Relay 5.
Okay, great stuff. I'm just going to turn the music down a little bit, just so I can hear a bit better. In fact, I'm just going to turn it all the way off for the departure here. All right, cool. So, Gatwick delivery, good afternoon. Shamrock 249er, stand 27, requesting IFR clearance to Dublin. Type A320 Neo, information Bravo.
Shamrock 429, I got my delivery. Very good afternoon. You are cleared Dublin. November 1 X-ray departure, squawk 0767.
Right, which departure is that? Please say again for Shamrock 249er.
Shamrock 429, November 1 X-ray departure, squawk 0767.
Cleared to Dublin, November 1 X-ray departure for Shamrock 249er, and my apologies, please say again squawk.
No worries, 0767.
Squawk 0767 for Shamrock 249er. Alright, cool. So we got that set up, and it's always a bit of a struggle when they're using a different SID to what I planned for, because I've got to then find it, and I'm really distracted with trying to find it and then try to take note of everything else first. So that's that set. And we'll set our squawk as well to 0767. And that's all good. Beautiful. Right. Okay, so we've got our departure sorted. We need to get our charts up, actually. We'll get our charts up. Right, let me just check. The departure routes. So, Northmo 1 X-ray. It's an RNAV departure, so, yeah. No VORs or anything really needed to be tuned. So, that's fine. I'll bring this up for you guys in just a second. Two 6 left is the runway. Just making a note of everything here. It's good to have everything on hand. So I don't need to do anything on this page. That's why I was checking. We go back to our init. Init B. Fill out our weights and our... Oh no. Okay, at least I didn't enter the block fuel yet. I don't think I actually loaded up the aircraft with the correct weights. So let's just go refuel and payload. We can load in as well. And it sounds like we've got all our passengers on board. We do not. For some reason the jetway must have disconnected there. So we shall just go VHF2 here, so I don't get rid of that frequency. And we'll just get connected again. James Campbell, is this real or what? I'm not sure what you're asking me by that, to be honest. Was that a real person on traffic control? Yes, there was a real person on traffic control, yeah, if that's what the question was. Alright, so let's just stick in our weights real quick. So our zero fuel weight is 56.1. And our zero fuel weight center of gravity is... I don't actually know how I can work this out without... is it going to be right on here? Let's just see. Oh, it is. Okay, cool. So zero fuel weight center. That's actually not zero fuel, is it? 2115. Okay, let's do that. 2115. Now, block fuel is 5.6. We'll stick that in there. And we should be about good to go here. Don't know why the jetway keeps disconnecting. Still got 57 passengers at the gate. Come on now. Just keep them rolling, man. There we go. We've got fuel on board now. Let's set the seatbelt signs to on. We've got a little bit of a headwind for today's trip, so 16 knots will stick in there. And that is about everything. We'll go flaps 1 and a 66 flex takeoff. Transition altitude is, I think it's 5,000 or 6,000. It's 6,000. And then our V speeds are going to be 22, 23, and 27. Okie dokie. Michael, good afternoon. Hello. Welcome to the chat. I just pressed random buttons hoping it would fly. I mean, that's certainly one approach. Okie dokie, right, so flight director's on. Let's just put in our QNH, which was 1008. Let's press B. Okay, so in-game is matching. We're going to set this to 4,000. That's the initial climb according to the SID. And just before we speak to ATC again, we're just going to jump on over here to the DFB, and we're going to have a quick look at our departure here. So we are currently at Gatwick, parked here on Pier 2, South Terminal. We are at stand 27 on the end here, and going to be taking off from 26 left. So we'll probably get a taxi down this way, probably, I'm guessing, to the east. So we'll probably have to taxi down Juliet, Mike, and then to Mike 1 maybe to hold, or just, you know, straight off from Mike 1. So that's that. Fairly short taxi. And then our departure route is going out to the west like so. Got to be at 4,000 feet at Midhurst and Novma. Max 250 knots, which we will be anyway. And that's it really. Just got to make sure we don't break that upper boundary. Unless ATC obviously gives us clearance, which they might do if it's quiet. But otherwise, that's that. That's our departure. We'll have a look at our arrival into Dublin once we get up into the air, because we do have a little bit of time up in cruise. So we shall, we'll have a look at that once we get up in the air. All right, cool. Turn my torch off. Alright, cool. So let's auto brake low on that. Lock the cockpit door. Predictive wind shear. Weather radar. Turn it down. I'm going to just set this to 240 because we have got self-loading cargo on, and I kind of want to try and ace it as best as possible. Let's see, 16 passengers remaining, so we'll just wait for them to get on board now, and then we can get out of here. Dan 28, Mike Hotel 01. Have we got Mr. Mariner Halley on VATSIM? Dan 28, this one right here, dude. Is this you right here? That's awesome, man. Alex, yo, that is a very good point. I did not consider that. I'm just trying to do all the busy work before we get all the passengers on board here. But I didn't actually consider that. That's a very good point. That's probably why in the checklists that those two don't get turned on until before takeoff checklist. All right, cool. So we've got all our passengers on board. Let's disconnect the jetway. Cool. So they are ready for us to push. And am I ready? That is a question. No, I'm not.
Hi, Captain. Passengers are on board and doors have been closed.
All right, so let's do our checklist. Before start checklist, cockpit prep is completed. Gear pins and covers are removed. Signs are on and auto. Adheres are to nav. Fuel quantity is 5.6 tons. Takeoff data is set. Bar ref is 1008 and set both sides. Windows and doors are closed. Beacon light can now come on. That's the strobe light. That's the beacon lights. Thrust levers are indeed idle. Parking brake is set. And that is before start checklist complete. Shamrock 249er ready for push and start.
You'll hear from me again once we reach our cruising altitude, but for now, once again, welcome aboard and thank you for flying with us.
Oh, I'm not tuned to them anymore. Interesting. I guess that's Microsoft Flight Simulator messing with my... Shamrock 249er ready for push and start. Oh, wrong frequency again. There we go. Shamrock 249er ready for push and start, stand 27.
Shamrock 249, contact ground 1.8, bye-bye.
121.8, Shamrock 249er. Gatwick ground, good afternoon. Shamrock 249er ready for push and start, stand 27.
Shamrock 249, get ground today, stand 27, push and start, brief, face south.
Push and start approved, face south, Shamrock 249er. Alright, cool. So push and start is approved. Let's get the tug on the way. And we're going to be facing south, so... which is the quickest way to turn around here? Is it to the left or the right? It's kind of the same.
Gatwick count, hello, Tomcat 1 Whiskey Kilo, stand 50, request push and start. Red 1 Whiskey Kilo, stand 50, push and start, brief, face to the west.
We need to kind of swing around up here, don't we? So to the left, really. Alright, cool. Ramsey, good morning. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Alex, the TCA stuff is pretty decent, man. Yeah, I'm enjoying it. One gripe I have is I wish the throttles were just a little bit, had a bit more tension to them. And I also wish that the stick it didn't have a potentiometer on the Z-axis. That's the only thing, really. Thank you, Alex. Got all the frequencies here. Yeah, no worries there, dude. I've got it all here. It's just I must have just misread what I was typing in. Yo, Josh! Welcome to the stream, dude. I hope you had a nice one. Thank you very much for raiding, and welcome to the chat, everybody, from Josh's stream. Welcome, welcome. Glad to have you. Glad to have you. Have I tightened the screw on the back of the throttle body? Yes, I have. Yeah, I've got that basically as tight as it'll go. And I mean, yeah, it's decent, but I think a little bit more tension would be good. I find at some of the lower ranges.
Is the stand 225 on the Pier 2?
I find at the lower ranges, it feels like it sags a little bit. Up top, it's not too bad, but when you get down here, I feel like there's a little bit of a sag. So yeah, that's it really. Hey, Pilots, welcome to the chat. Ryan Woe, Josh as well. Wolf as well, welcome to the chat. I hope you're well. Thank you very much for the follows. Hope you're well and having a fantastic week. Welcome to the stream. All right, cool. Let's get going anyway. I've been chatting for ages now, so let's get some pushback here. So it would probably be helpful if I release the parking brake, and we're going to swing all the way around to the left. Nice big turn here. Let's go for engine start. So engine 2 starting. Oh dear, that's a problem. I didn't start the APU, did I? I was so distracted talking to you all. I haven't started the APU. Good thing it starts up nice and quick now anyway.
Cabin crew, please arm doors.
And we'll give ourselves a little wiggle around here. And at least this way we get to actually listen to the APU starting up a bit. Something I very rarely do. Give us a little wiggle forwards. Like so. And there we go. That's not a bad pushback at all. Parking brake is set. We'll send Mr. Tugman on his way. That is a pretty solid pushback if I'm going to say so myself. That is pretty solid. All right, cool. APU bleed on, and don't forget about the fuel pumps either.
87 Echo Alpha request taxi.
87 Echo Alpha taxi, Kilo Papa, hold short.
All right, engine 2 should be starting up now.
Sorry, could you repeat, please?
Yeah, 87 Echo Alpha taxi, Kilo Papa, hold short, Juliet.
Dorado, thank you very much for the follow. I hope you're well and having a fantastic week. Welcome to the stream. Viadas and Barry as well on Facebook. Kichi and Zane and Mark as well. Thank you very much all for the follows over on Facebook as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, cool. So we are getting underway now. Engine 2 is about to become available. Ramsey, dude, thank you very much for the 50 stars. Very, very generous. Thank you once again. Campbell as well. Thank you very much for the follow over on Facebook. All right, so that's engine 2 is available. Go for engine 1 start. And
Yeah, 87 Echo Alpha, continue taxi on point Alpha 3, runway 2.
I forgot this worked.
Right via Kilo Papa and Alpha November.
Oh, I need to set it up, don't I? We'll get that going in the air. It's not really, doesn't really have enough functionality now to really do that much anyway. All right, what webcam do I use? I am using a it's a DSLR Canon 60.
Confirm your taxiing Juliet stand 22.
Okay, I'm going to go right behind this Aer Lingus, and then obviously keep an eye out for the left on the EasyJet as well.
George, actually change your plans. You taxi straight ahead, Papa, left onto Lima, stand 112.
I think people are, I think I'm making a bit of a traffic jam
Do you want to
here.
do a left here, Skyways 475, or the next left?
Next left.
Right, cool. So we've got both
Stand
engines
112.
available now. Let's turn the APU bleed off.
Yeah, 87 Echo Alpha, give way to the Skyways, Airbus A320 passing right.
Arm the
left
landing
on
lights.
Papa.
Strobe lights
Continue
already
taxi
armed.
on point Alpha 3, runway 26 left, fly Kilo, Papa and Alpha November.
I think we're about good to go. We've got a transponder on. So after start checklist, anti-ice is as required. So we'll turn that on. It is below 10 degrees
Yeah,
here.
87 Echo Alpha, Gatwick.
Ecam status is checked, and let's just check our pitch trim. That's going to be 21.9 today, which is quite low. I'm not sure that's entirely correct, to be honest. I'm just going to leave it at 25 to split the difference. Usually it's around 30, 28 to 30 for this kind of weight, so I'm not sure that's entirely correct. I might have done something wrong there.
1 Whiskey Kilo taxi, Lima Papa, hold short Kilo.
Alright, so pitch trim is set and rudder trim is 0. Let's put the engine start selector back to norm, and let's request taxi. Shamrock 249er on apron, ready for taxi.
Shamrock 429 taxi, yeah, it's just got.
You put your sim brief name in.
49 taxi November, hold short Juliet.
Taxi November, hold short Juliet, Shamrock 249er.
Got 1 Whiskey Kilo, continue taxi, disregard.
Okay, so November is straightforwards. I'm on November. And then, well, I've got to hold short
Got 1
Juliet.
Whiskey Kilo, continue taxi,
which
on
is
point Alpha 2, runway 26 left, via Lima Papa and Alpha Sierra.
This is
Lima
Juliet
Papa,
right
Alpha
here,
Sierra,
so I'm
point
already
Alpha,
technically holding short Juliet. Let's move forwards a little bit anyway. Get our auto brake to max. I'm not sure why I put that on low. There are flaps as well.
Gatwick ground, EG15 Mike. Good.
Afternoon, crashed in push and start from stand 105.
Who are we waiting for?
15 Mike, stand 105, push and start, approved, face east.
Push to start approved, face east, DT 15 Mike.
There's a lot of aircraft here now, holy.
Tomjet 1 Whiskey Kilo, holding short of the EasyJet A319. Sure.
Shamrock 249 holding short, Juliet.
No, 249, roger.
That was the shortest taxi of my life. Do a flight controls check whilst we wait here. So full left, full right, neutral, full up, full down, off. Sorry, other way around. Neutral, full left rudder, full right rudder, neutral. All right.
Yeah, 87 aircraft for contact tower 124.225 today.
If you put your sim brief name in the tablet under company, yeah, you can load your flight under it. Yeah, I messed around with it when it first came out, but it sounds like it doesn't save your username there, so. Yeah, it gives you a bit of weather info on here as well, which is quite cool. But other than that, it doesn't really.
Contact tower 124.125 today.
Doesn't really do that much else.
249 continue taxi Alpha 2, 26F, 5 November, Juliet, Papa, and Alpha Sierra.
Was that for me? Was that for Shamrock 249er, sorry?
AFM continue taxi Alpha 2, 26F, 5 November, Juliet, Papa, and Alpha Sierra.
Oh my god, that was quite the taxi clearance. Okay, taxi 2, Alpha 2 via November, Juliet, Papa, and then Alpha Sierra, Shamrock 249er. I'm pretty sure I've gotten that wrong. He said November. Was it Alpha Sierra? He said to holding point Alpha 2, so I'm just looking on the. So it's basically just straight forwards, left. Okay, I know where he meant. I just I think I just got the read back incorrect. All right, cool. So let's make a move. All right, so we're all clear. Let's just taxi on down here slowly because it's there's a lot of taxiways that meet here. I don't want to take the wrong turn. So we should be going left on one of these. The Alpha Sierra is up this way. We're going to Alpha 2. So we want to go basically all the way to the end here, just before the runway, and then take a left. That's it, really. It's quite simple.
5 Mike, Roger, taxi, only point Alpha 3, runway 26F, flying Kilo, Papa, and Alpha November.
3 runway 26 left side, Kilo,
Don't have to push the torque bound to a trigger on the stick like the Airbuses do in real life. No, I don't know.
249 contact tower 124.225, goodbye.
124.225 for Shamrock 249er.
Direct ground hello, runway 66 Oscar, stand 106, requesting mission start. 63 Oscar, give way to DJS, upside 319, passing left right behind, stand 106, push start pre-face east. After the EasyJet, push start pre-east, runway 66 Oscar.
Alright, beautiful. This thing taxis so slow in the wet, it's actually quite good for doing all this other stuff.
Tomjet 1 Whiskey Kilo, contact London Control 127.825, goodbye.
127.825, goodbye, Tomjet 1 Whiskey Kilo.
So this is Alpha 2 in front of us right here, where this sign is, I believe. Alpha Sierra. I'm not sure if Alpha 2 is actually marked on the ground here. I'm pretty sure I've done this taxi before. And, I mean, this must be Alpha 2 right here. Alright, let's brake on down there and just hold short.
Gatwick Tower, Easy 87 Echo Alpha, holding point Alpha 1 ready for departure.
Easy 87 Echo Alpha via
Echo,
Alpha 1,
welcome
runway 26
to the
left,
chat.
716
Glad to have you.
degrees,
Good to see you again in the
takeoff.
chat. I hope you're doing well.
Clear for takeoff, runway 26L, thank you.
Gatwick Tower, Shamrock 249er, good afternoon. Holding short, Alpha 2.
Shamrock 249, Gatwick Tower, hello, behind the departing EasyJet A319 via Alpha 1, line up, runway 26 left, behind.
Behind the departing EasyJet A319, runway 26 left via Alpha 2, hold, line up and wait behind Shamrock 249er. Wait. Parking brake off? Hello? It still says it there. Okay, there's a delay. Let's turn the TCAS on. Check with the cabin. Landing lights on. Takeoff lights on. I forgot to turn my taxi lights on after it, actually. First flight of the day, always a little bit slow. Let's get the wing lights on as well.
Gatwick Tower, Easy 15 Mike, holding Alpha 3.
Easy 15 Mike, Gatwick Tower, hello, hold Alpha 1.
I can hear another aircraft, but I just can't
Easy
see it.
15 Mike.
I hope it's not bugged out on me again. Alright, so we're just going to hold here for a second or two. We'll just have to wait for him to get some space in front of us. Let's set the parking brake, set the takeoff config. We'll do before takeoff.
Easy 87 Echo Alpha, contact London Control.
Flight controls are checked, flight instruments are
127.825,
checked, briefing is confirmed, flat setting is 1+F, V speeds are set at 2223 and 27 econ, memo is takeoff no blue.
Easy 87 Echo Alpha, read back the frequency please, 127.
Takeoff runway is 26 left,
825.
unconfirmed, cabin crew advised, TCAS is T8RA, engine mode selector is normal and packs are on. Before takeoff checklist complete.
Repeat, sorry.
Easy 87 Echo Alpha, it's in text for you.
Alright. Shakir, we're going to Dublin. Is the iPad in front of me connected to the game? It is, yeah, but I don't really use it that much. I mainly use it for my switching my scenes on OBS.
Shamrock 249, runway 26 left, surface wind 160 degrees, 4 knots, clear for takeoff.
Clear for takeoff, 26 left, Shamrock 249er.
Easy
Alright,
15 Mike, behind
so
departing,
we'll just get on the
Shamrock
tow
A320
brakes, release the
via Alpha 1,
parking
line up,
brake.
runway 26 left, behind.
Throttles up to 50%
Behind
and
departing,
stable, releasing the tow
A320
brakes. I'm not
wait
sure why that
behind,
didn't hold me there.
25 Mike.
All the way up to flex. Manflex 66, SRS runway, now auto throttle is armed and blue. Side sit half forward. Passing 80 knots, slow release of side stick. 100 knots. V1 and rotate.
Fine, gear up.
Gear up.
Shamrock 249, contact London, correction, contact Gatwick Director 126.825, goodbye.
Gatwick Director on 2685 Shamrock 249er. Alright, so lever climb, so we're going to just lower the nose, S speed as well, bring the flaps up, I'm going to engage the autopilot here, and we are going to climb out to 4,000. We'll contact Gatwick Director here on 26825.
Advise ready to copy.
I've got the Fort Tango, we are ready to copy.
Jersey 45 Tango, after departure, climb runway head to altitude 3,000 feet.
I'll catch up with all the notifications just momentarily, guys.
Jersey
So just,
45 correct,
oops,
break easy
didn't mean to do that.
24 Golf, correction easy 24 Yankee Golf, descent flight level 90. Descent flight level 90, easy 24 Yankee Golf.
Gatwick Director, Shamrock 249er with you at 4,000 feet, departing via the SID.
Shamrock 249, Gatwick Director, hello, climb now, flight level 150.
Climb level 150, Shamrock 249er. Alright, so cleared straight up to 150, which is nice. Hopefully get out of this rain, and we'll set standard pressure as we've been cleared up to a flight level. We're going to stay at 240 knots just until we pass through
180 or greater, Jersey 45 Tango.
just until we pass through 10,000 feet here, because I do want self-loading cargo to give me a nice little score here. So yeah, let's just climb out.
Easy 27 Papa, turn left, heading 060 degrees.
Guinness, here we come. Yes, bro.
Easy 272 Papa, 0.
Stay firm.
Alright, let's hide the hand cam now. Get it out of the
Stand
way.
right, brake, Jersey 45 Tango, resume our navigation direct to levy.
Ooh, straight through the clouds.
T6 left, CQNH 1008.
Beautiful. Love to see it.
Double levy, cleared RMP T6 left, Jersey 45 Tango.
Darren, thank you very much for the kind words, dude. Glad you enjoy it. Sai, welcome to the chat. I hope you do well. But yeah, Ramsey, this iPad is connected to the game through Touch Portal. But I, to be honest, I rarely use it. Like I say, I mainly use it for my scene switching.
Turning left, heading 070.
Let's turn the landing lights and the nose lights off now,
Apologies, turn left, heading 050 degrees.
as we are going to pass through 10,000 momentarily. We can turn the seatbelt signs off now as well.
To heading 050 and descend to 5,000, sir.
Easy 24 Yankee Golf, speed 220 knots. Speed 220 knots, easy 24 Yankee Golf. TVM 45 Whiskey, speed 220 knots or less, descent flight level 100. Flight level 100, could you repeat the speed 45 Whiskey?
Beautiful. Okay, cool.
Speed
So we're on our way
220
out,
knots or less.
and
220
yeah,
knots
climbing
or
up
less, 45 Whiskey.
to flight level 150.
Speed 160 knots, maintain
Put managed speed back on now as we're above 10,000. That should increase our speed to 290 knots.
Tango, contact Gatwick Tower, course only 124.225. Goodbye.
Course only Tower 124
Let's see if I can just catch up with a few notifications here.
You want 5 Mike, is that what I would think?
Usher, thank you very much for the follow. Ranju, apologies if I butchered that pronunciation, but thank you very much for the follow. Andy, Ichio, Paul, Natasha, John, another Paul, Dear, Watino, Chris, Mike, and yeah, that's it. Thank you very much, everybody, for all the follows on Facebook. Much appreciated. Hope you're well and having a fantastic week. Welcome to the stream, Mike, as well. Thank you very much for the follow. Hope you are doing well. Welcome, welcome.
4 Golf Yankee, descend flight level 80. Descend flight level 80, is before Yankee Golf. TVM 45 Whiskey, confirm descending flight level 100.
Oh, what has happened here with my flight plan? What the dickens?
TVM 45 Whiskey, apologies. Could you repeat?
Wait, what?
45 Whiskey, fly heading 115, descent flight level 100. Flight level 100, again, apologies. Repeat the heading, please.
What the fook?
115, 45 Whiskey. Shamrock 249, once again, goodbye.
Going to Unicom, Shamrock 249er. Alright, so we're going to Unicom now.
Wedding 73 Alpha Juliet, Director, hello, report your passing altitude again, and check QNH1.
Right, let's see if we can sort this out. I should have really checked this before I set off, but I was so distracted just chatting to everybody. We need to delete IMVA from the flight plan, so let's just get rid of that. And that should sort it out. There we go, that's looking much better. Great stuff. I'm surprised ATC said nothing about that, actually, as the aircraft just started turning away from the SID, but We've resolved it.
Traffic Canadian 503, turning base.
No issues at all. Alright, so we're at 150. We're resuming our navigation as per ATC now. So we're just going to send ourselves up to our cruising flight level of 360. And I think I just saw a bit of lightning below us. Cool. All right. So we're gonna climb up now, and let's chuck this ATIS away. Mariner, how you doing, brother? Is Mariner on his way yet? There you go, guys. There's the outside view. Dave, welcome to the chat. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Good to see you. Only just push back. Oh, damn. Are you coming to Dublin as well?
Peter Traffic Canadian 503, tablet on lock lighter, 809 right, compression tower.
This viewer count, see this viewer count right here, guys? It still doesn't work. I don't know why. I was going to put this on because obviously we're streaming to multiple platforms. But for some reason, it shows 0 on the other 2 platforms when clearly we have people watching. In fact, we must have at least 100 people on Facebook right now. Yeah, 108 on Facebook, but it shows 0. I don't understand it. Brian, thank you very much for the follow. Anthony, Chris, and Boogie, thank you very much for the follows on Facebook. Sean as well, thank you very much for the 50 stars. Very kind. Thank you, thank you. Much appreciated. Do you need a capture card to stream to Facebook? No. Now, capture cards are mainly used for streaming from like if you've got a dual PC setup, or if you're streaming from like a console, for example. Boogie, glad to have you from the Philippines. Thank you for joining us today. Alright, bear with me. Alright, oh, look at these clouds. They're getting a bit misty. Getting a bit, I don't know, misty's probably not the right word, but it's getting a bit sort of, a little bit, oh, we've got some high level clouds, that's it. Getting all smoothed out. Beautiful. I love this livery though. This livery is so nice. I love it. Love the colours. Love the tail sort of graphic here with the logo. Just really cool. Absolutely brilliant work. Absolutely brilliant. All right. So let's have a look here on the on our flight plan manager. So we've got 225 miles. ETA is 20 past, so about half an hour in flight here. Let's gonna work out our arrival shortly because I think SimBrief gave us kind of direct in approach. So I'm just gonna have a quick look at that. Let's get inside and just have a bit of a wing view here while we just work this out. Do you need do I use OBS to stream? Yeah, I do. I actually use Streamlabs OBS because it's a lot easier for multi-streaming, which I'm doing, and yeah, I do like OBS Studio as well, but yeah, it's just a bit more clunky to get set up, and I have enough stuff to do when I'm getting set up as it is. So anything that reduces my workload before the stream, I'm going to take it, really. But OBS Studio is arguably much better. It uses a lot less system resources, so for a single PC setup, you know, OBS Studio is probably the ideal option. You can also get a lot of plugins and things like that for OBS Studio, which is quite nice. But yeah, it doesn't have quite as tight integration with Streamlabs multi-stream platform as obviously Streamlabs OBS. So that's that. Alright, Mikel, Augustine, thank you very much for the follows, and I'm not sure if I shouted you out or not, Sean, but appreciate the 50 stars. Thank you very much, brother. Very kind. Hope you're well, and that's very, very kind of you. Thank you very much. Brian, Anthony, Chris, and I did read you guys out. Boogie as well. Thank you very much for the follows. Does autopilot change your settings by itself while it's turned on? I mean, it doesn't change any of the configuration of the aircraft. Obviously, you have to tell it what to do to begin with. But it will obviously control the aircraft in terms of, you know, rolling, you know, roll and pitch and rudder whilst you're in flight. So it will do that, but obviously you need to tell it what to do first of all. So, you know, quick example. Obviously, this is what pilots refer to as the box, and yeah. So this list right here is my flight plan. These are all waypoints. So basically, like points in the sky that you know, the aviators use to navigate and to use as like a routing through the sky. It's kind of like roads or sort of junctions, if you like, and it links up by airways, which are basically like roads in the sky. And yeah, you just go between them, and obviously you give it the route to begin with, and it flies that route for you to a certain degree. So yeah, you can also obviously manually intervene at any time, and you can choose the speed on your own, you can choose the heading and the altitude and things like that, but it will only work within the constraints that you give it. So for example, if I set the altitude here to 40,000 feet, for example, it will only go as high as 40,000 feet. You know, it won't go any higher than that. Or if I set it to, you know, a number below that, you know, it won't go any lower. So yeah, it will work within certain constraints that you give it. But excuse me. But yeah, it will essentially just fly the plane. Explicit, thank you very much for the follow. Hope you're well and having a fantastic week. Welcome to the stream. Danny as well on Facebook, thank you very much. Hope you're well and having a fantastic day. Welcome to the stream. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, so approaching our cruising altitude of flight level 360, 36,000 feet. And we're leveling off here. Above the clouds, out of the murk that was London. Let's get rid of this. There we go. Let's get rid of that paper. Let's see. Is there... Oh, yes. The tower controllers come back online in Dublin.
Just a short message from the cockpit to let you know we have in fact reached our cruise level. We're now level at 35,000 feet and we're not anticipating any delays. So
beautiful. That's really good, actually. I was hoping for that. Let's go back on to the ATSU here, and we'll just get the ATIS because there is a controller on at our rival airport, which is Dublin here. Echo India Delta Whiskey. Let's send that. Yeah, I'm hoping that made sense anyway, Boogie. I think I probably have a bad habit of kind of rambling on too much and kind of diluting the meaning of what I'm saying. But yeah, hopefully it made sense anyway. Yeah, I'll do my best to try and share what I know. But I'm by no means, an absolute expert. I just want to... I've got a free text message. What is this? I hoping you gonna have a good one, old Papa DK. Yo, is that one of you guys in the chat? That's so cool. I've never received a message like that. Hey, here he is in the chat, old Papa DK, my brother. Thank you very much. Thank you, dude. I've literally never received a free text message like that in game before. So yeah, that's really cool actually. Ramble on, mate, top stream. I'm glad you enjoy my rambling anyway, to a certain degree. Right, so we've got the ATIS here. Let's go print. I'm not going to read it on screen here. Obviously, we want to get the printed version right here. We're fully stocked on digital paper right here, so let's just pull that out right here and have a look. All right, so we've got a Dublin Information Charlie at time 14:30. So only just issued. Well, issued 25 minutes ago. I thought it was close to 30:30. ILS approach 28 left is in use. And transition level 6.5. Wind 200 degrees at 8 knots, variable between 170 and 240 degrees. Visibility 10 kilometers. Showers, clouds in the vicinity. Few clouds at 500 feet, scattered at 2,200, broken at 6,000. Temperature 9, dew point 6. QNH 1001, no significant change. Advised on initial contact, you have information Charlie. Okay, cool. So that was updated about 25 minutes ago. So we're actually going to check that again momentarily once we start our descent here. Because it might issue another one, and I want to make sure I'm getting the up-to-date one for when I contact the tower. So let's see how far we've got to go. So we've got 160 miles to go. And if I bring up the charts here just for a moment. I'll bring you guys with me. Alright, cool. So here we've got the charts. As you can see, we are on our way here. I need to be quite quick about this because we are approaching our top of descent. We haven't been given a star by SimBrief, so I'm not sure if I should choose one or not. He did say 26. So it was 28 left that is in use. So we know this is going to be our approach, so we can save that one. I think, is this actually the new runway or is this the old one? I don't know which one the new one is. Is the new one this one? Or this one? I think it's this one is the new one, right? The larger of the two. Makes sense. Alright, so let's go back to the main screen here. Let's just add in this approach. So 28 left on the ILS, which is here. We'll add that in, and then arrivals. Let's see, our last waypoint is Ablin. So there is actually an arrival for that. So Ablin to Lima or Ablin to X-ray. Let's go Ablin to X-ray. That one seems to work. Where do you want to insert Ablin? Insert after Ablin. Add. And then approaches. We want the ILS 28 left. Okay, beautiful. So that's completed our flight plan there. So Like I say, we need to descend on this SID here, and I'm going to come back to it in a moment because I'm very aware that we're going to approach our top of descent very soon. I just wanted the airport elevation, which is 200 feet here. So that's fine. More or less sea level. Let's just jump back in the cockpit real quick. And I just want to make sure that we're not overflying our top of descent. So we're going to have to lose, you know, all our altitude essentially, which is 36,000 feet. So let's times that by 3, and that gives us 108. So we're going to need about just under 120 miles to descend. So we've got about 30 miles to go. On the SID, however, there was a waypoint that required a maximum altitude, so let's just have a quick look. So that itself was Ablin. Now Ablin, we need to be maximum flight level 180. So let's see. So to get to that, we're going to have to lose 18,000 feet. And excuse me. So we'll do 18 times 3, which is 54. So we need 50 miles to descend into that restriction. So if you look here, we've got 40 miles to Lannon, 20 miles to Banty, and 11 miles to Ablin. So if we start our descent when we've got 20 miles left to Lannon, then we should be good. Beautiful. All right, Leaf, welcome to the chat. Good to see you again, brother. Good afternoon. I hope you're doing well. Dave says, when I set up the flight plan from the start menu, can you still talk in VATSIM? Yes, you can, yeah. Yeah, VATSIM is an external client, so yeah, you can talk in VATSIM regardless of what you've got open. So, having said that, regarding the restriction at Ablin, we are going to start a descent in about 15 miles anyway, so yeah, we didn't need to worry too much about that, but I just wanted to make sure that we're gonna hit that. Mariner's just taking off. Holy crap, dude. Let me see if I can find where you are on VATSpy. Alright, so let's bring up VATSpy real quick here. So here we are. Let's just set up this filter, which is going to find us on the map, which we need to bring up call signs. So here we are. Let's see if we can find Mariner. Make sure that's up to date. Oh, here he is. There's Mariner. So another streamer here on Facebook. Very good streamer. Highly recommend going to drop him a follow. If you like this kind of content. But that is him. He's just taken off a little bit behind us. Looks like he got stuck in a bit of a traffic jam. Back on the ground there. All right. Cool. So we've passed through 120 miles. Let's start our descent. I'm going to set this to 7,000, not 17,000. Dublin traffic, Shamrock 249er at top of descent, descending from flight level 360 for flight level 070. All right, cool. So I was just having someone from Streamlabs actually come over and check the viewer counter down here in the corner, because it's not displaying correctly the viewers on Facebook. That's why I had it up. So I'm going to remove that now. It's not working properly. So, yeah. All right, cool. So we started our descent. Mariners had to disconnect. Mrs. Needs picking up from the hospital. Okay, fair dues, dude. Take it easy, man. I'll catch you soon. Thank you very much. When we're going to Corfu. Sorry, Jared. I missed your message earlier on. I did see you say that. I just, obviously, we're a bit busy. Have already been to Corfu. I actually did that flight a little while back. Obviously, I had it on my list. And I did that a few streams back. So if you have a look on my videos on my Facebook page or even on my YouTube, you should be able to find it there. But we flew from Florence in Italy to Corfu. Okie dokie. So let's check self-loading cargo. So our passengers are pretty good, really. 99% satisfaction. Everybody's chilling. 42 minutes left to go. So we're going to be on time by the looks of things. And basically they're just loving life at the moment. So that's really nice. What did I think about the landing? Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad at all. Yeah, fairly straightforward. I remember you saying, actually, that there was a bit of a spicy approach in there. And I was trying to find it. I couldn't find it. I don't know if you've got any specific approach that you were thinking of. Any future flights from Madrid to Gran Canaria, Las Palmas? Potentially, yeah. I've not done any flights to Gran Canaria yet, so yeah, I'd love to do that. I do like flying out of Madrid as well. Madrid is a really cool airport. It's absolutely enormous. Was it not the one on the sea that you landed at? Yeah, I mean, the runway juts out a little bit into the sea, yeah. Yeah. Alright, let's check the ATIS once again real quick. So ATSU, AOC, ATIS. Excuse me, make sure arrival is selected. Alright, beautiful. So we're crossing between England over here, England and Wales. And Ireland over here. Is this part of Scotland here? I can't really tell. Let's have a look. No, it's actually part of Wales. This is all Wales right here, isn't it? And this is like northwestern Wales here. And we're flying up towards Dublin. Yeah, the runway is definitely quite short. Yeah, it was surprisingly short, actually. Alright, so let's check our progress here on the arrival. Which arrival did I choose? Here we go. Get the taxi charts up as well for when we arrive. Alright, so we're at flight level 210. Let's just go receive messages and print out this ATIS real quick. Let's jump back to flight plan over here and let's just see. So we've got 22 miles to Ablin, sorry. Let's jump on over here real quick. Alright, so we are just approaching this waypoint. We're kind of on the just outside here. As you can see, we're on Lima 18 airway here, heading down to Badsy and then Ablin. We're going to be making our way down this branch here, the Ablin 2 X-ray arrival. There's a few restrictions on here we need to be aware of. So this is the one I was previously talking about. And then we've got a minimum of flight level 90 here and a required altitude of 70 at these two waypoints. and a minimum of 3,000 at lap mode. This is why I selected 70 for our descent here. We've got a speed limit here of 230 knots. So trying to make sure that we hit those, and then we're going to go for the ILS excuse me, 28 left, provided nothing else has changed. Fairly standard ILS approach by the looks of things. 3-degree glide slope. Minimum is going to be 402 feet, and the platform altitude is 2,500 feet, and final fix is at 7 miles. So that is looking good. Missed approach procedure is climb to 3,000 feet and then back to the Dublin VOR on radial 278. So I'll get that tuned in just in case. And I'm going to bring it back to the cockpit now, because look at this cloud front we've got in front of us. This is looking pretty menacing. I ain't gonna lie. That looks rough. Alright, cool. So we're at 155 here. And we're actually going to level off here. We'll set that because Ablin has got a minimum altitude of 150. So we don't want to bust through that, and it's not actually... Oh, I forgot to input the star in here. Oh. I forgot to put in the actual... Oh, it's still not gone in. Insert. Okay, it doesn't want to go in. Let's just put heading mode on. And in fact, we'll just go track. Oh, there we go. It's in now. Beautiful. It was just taking a while to appear. I think I'm going to need to delete something because it's looking a bit funky, that. Alright, so we're passing through Ablin now. So let's descend on down to 9,000. Alright, great stuff. So let's just have a quick look in the light plan here and just make sure this is correct. So we're going to Aircom, and then we've got Lipko, Peacock, Sivna, Lapmo, and that's the final fix until we go on to the ILS. The Lapmo is down here. So that's looking good. I'm not sure why it's drawn this extra line in here, to be honest. I can't quite work that one out. We need to be level at 90 at Aircom, which is in 16 miles. We've got 5. Yeah, we should be able to make that. As long as we're going 3 degrees, which we are. Okay, great stuff. Isle of Man to the north. Yes, I mean, it should be somewhere to the north, but we won't be able to see that anymore, unfortunately. It looks like we're passing through some pretty wild-looking clouds here. Holy crap. Wow. Okie dokie. Let me just get our destination data in here. So we'll go back to Perth. Minimum is going to be 40402. QNH 1001. Temperature is 9 degrees. Winds are 200 degrees. With 8 knots variable. Transition altitude is checking on the charts. The transition altitude is I can see a transition level, but not a transition altitude. Oh, it's 5,000. It's on the ILS chart. There we go. Cool. Okie dokie. So we should be leveling off any second now. Let's zoom this in a bit. And on we go into the murk. Unstable approach, please. So that's what I try to avoid. Going through 10,000 now. Let's get our landing lights on. And we'll stick our nose lights on as well for when we put the gear down. And we are going into some cloud here with a slight crosswind. Might be good to put the seatbelt signs on, but I'm gonna chance it for now. See how it goes. Augustine, welcome to the chat from Botswana. Sorry, glad to have you. Hope you're doing well. My pilot, I'm not a pilot, no, unfortunately. I'm so procedural. I know what I'm talking about. Well, I try to sound like I know what I'm talking about. I mean, I'm not, like I say, I'm not an expert, but you know, I've put in the time to try and learn some of this stuff. So yeah, hopefully that comes across. Let's start descending now to 7,000. Dublin traffic, Shamrock 249er, descending on the Ablin 2 X-ray star for runway 26 left. Sorry, 28 left. I always forget the runway designate for some reason. 28 left. There we go, I'm going to write it on my pad. When he wins the lottery, he will be. Yeah, Jared. Amen, brother. Yeah, I'd love to do it. It's just, yeah, it's mainly a money thing, isn't it, really? It's so expensive to do the training. What do I do for a day job? Yeah, I don't mind asking at all, brother. I've got a bit about it in my About section on my profile, but yeah, I'm a photographer as a day job. Isn't really much of a day job at the moment, though, because nobody wants any photos at the moment because it's because of the whole COVID situation. But yeah, that's what I do. All right, let's get the Dublin Tower on standby. 118.6. There we go. Alright, so we're going to slow down to 230 knots due to the SID because of the speed restrictions, like I say. We're going to stay at flight level 70 for now, as yeah, it's just a little bit of a platform altitude for around about 5 miles. And just while we do that, I'm going to quickly just jump over here and just show you where we're landing. So we're coming in for 28 left, which I think is a new runway. I'm pretty sure this is a new runway. So yeah, 28 left. We'll probably vacate at Sierra 5 right here and then taxi via Sierra. Cross runway 34, and then I'm not sure where we'll get sent. I assume this main area is where Aer Lingus would usually park. I think that's where I saw it on the photos earlier. So we'll probably get taxi across the runway Alpha, and then yeah, so Alpha, and then I don't know, somewhere on here, I reckon. But look at this airport. It's just such a cool layout. I don't know why I like it, but I just enjoy it. Call me weird if you like, but... Alright, so into the Merc, guys. Into the Merc. We'll level at flight level 70. We're going to start our descent to 3,000 now. And at the same time, we're going to slow down to 180 knots. Straight left is the newest runway. Thank you, Danny. I appreciate that. I thought it was. I didn't realize the trim was so dynamic. Wouldn't want to be doing that manually. Yeah, Alistair, I think... I mean, the trim, I think... I don't think this is entirely accurate at the moment because of the version of this aircraft that I'm using. I do think there is a little bit of exaggeration here, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to be doing that all the time for sure. Augustine, appreciate the kind words. That's so nice of you. Thank you very much. Hope you enjoy. Dump fuel? Why are we dumping fuel? Literally no need to dump fuel at all. Am I using the experimental? Yes, I am using the experimental. Yeah, that's why this is a bit funny, because it's got the custom fly-by-wire system built in. Alright, so we're going quite slow now because of the speed restriction at LAPMO. So we're going to put flaps 1 out just so we're not right on the orange line there. And we're going to make sure we've got all our lights on. We're going to stick the seat belt signs on now as we pass through this cloud. Let's tell our passengers we want the seat belts on. Have you had pilots actually come into the stream? Yeah, we've had a couple of pilots coming. Yeah. It's great actually. It's really cool to hear the insight from a real life pilot. All right, and just for the final time here, I'm gonna just check the ATIS one more time. As we descend on down to LAPMO. For some reason the FMS is kind of skipping over that waypoint. A bit strange, but I'm not sure why it's flying like this. It's a bit strange, but we seem to be going in the right direction, so I'm going to just stick with it for now. Let's go for received messages. ATIS print. And we'll get that coming out the printer like so. How long to landing? Less than 15 minutes. Yeah, the pad is working in the experimental and the developer build at the moment, yeah. Doesn't have too much functionality at the moment, though. The 28 left is still in use. QNH is 1000 now. And because we set ourselves to descend to a altitude rather than flight level, we're going to actually set our QNH. I'm going to press B on the keyboard just to verify it matches the in-game QNH. We've got 5 miles to LAPMO, 1,000 feet to lose here. We're descending at just over 3 degrees, so we should be fine. And let's see what else. Let's arm the speed brakes before we forget. Let's set auto brake low. Let's do our approach checklist. So briefing is confirmed. ECAM status is checked. Landing distance is 50 miles. Checked. Seatbelts are on. Barrel ref is 1001 set on both sides. Minimums are set at 402. Engine mode selector is normal. Approach checklist complete. Okie doke. We get my mum to remortgage her house so I can become one. Yeah, it'd be amazing, dude. I would love to do it. Let's see, does this... Hang on, let me just... whilst we are just chilling here for a moment, let's see if I can get something to work on here. Oh, no. Y is my keybind for slew mode. That scared me for a second there. So we should be able to go on SimBrief. We should be able to pull in some data now from SimBrief. So there we go. Oh, the location is actually fixed. That's actually correct. That wasn't working the other day when I tried it. This is where we are in the world currently, which is pretty cool. And we've got a little breakdown of the weather here. Let's just check whereabouts we are first before I start fucking about. Alright, so we're passing through Lapmo. We do need to start our descent down to 2,500 feet now. And we're going to join on the ILS momentarily. So we've already got the ILS alive. Let's get established on the localizer. Nice and we're below the magenta diamond, which is perfect. So we should be good to go. We've got 9 miles to go. So I'm going to go flaps 2, and we're going to go back to managed speeds. Bring the status page off now, and we shall hit approach. So glide slope is now armed. Alt star means we're leveling off at 2,500. And yeah, getting established here. Let's see if the tower's still online. It is online. I'm just going to contact the tower now because we're getting established on the ILS. Dublin Tower, good afternoon. Shamrock 249er, established on ILS for 28 left at 6.7 DME.
Shamrock 249er, Dublin Tower, good afternoon. Clear to land 28 left. The surface wind 190 degrees at 7 knots.
Clear to land 28 left, Shamrock 249er. Beautiful. Got tower controller on. Fantastic. Gotta love that Irish accent. Gotta love it. Alright, I will catch up with the chat momentarily, guys. I'm just gonna get the approach done here. So go for flaps 3, and that will just slow us down a little bit further. In fact, no it won't. We're already going slow enough. Alright, so 4 miles to go. Let's get flaps full. That should slow us down to our final approach speeds. But at the moment we're not. Got the ground coming into view here. Let's get the landing gear down to help slow us down a bit more. Let's ping the cabin. We've got all our lights on. Everything is good. Let's do our landing checklist. Landing checklist. Cabin crew are advised auto throttle is speed. Auto brake is low, and ECAM memo is landing no blue. Landing checklist complete. Alright, cool. So we're slowing down to our approach speed. Everything is looking gravy. Check cabin crew are advised on here. Yes, they are. Seatbelts are on. Everything is good. Alright, runway is now in sight. Let's take manual control. Manual control. Flight director's off. And let's just land now. So we've got a crosswind of 15 knots. So I'm going to be careful not to bank too much to the right here, because we are going to get blown to the right. Okay, so we're a tiny bit high. I am now correcting. There we go. Back on profile. Just going to leave it there, really. And we're down. A little bit of a float there, but nothing too serious. Pretty nice. Decel. Reverse idle. And spoilers are deployed. Beautiful. Nicely done. 84 feet per minute. Holy.
420, ready to push and start.
Easy 420, push and start is approved to QNH 1000.
Manual braking.
Pushback approved and QNH 1000, easy 420.
Beautiful. You gotta love that. That was absolute butter.
Very welcome to Dublin. Vacate right here.
Vacating right, Shamrock 249.
And Shamrock 249, any stand preference?
Not particularly, no. Terminal 2, I believe, is where I want to be.
Roger.
Alright, so I'm just going to brake down here and just clean up the aircraft. Parking brake is engaged. Get the flaps up, landing lights can come off. We'll get the APU started up as well. Strobe lights off. Get the APU fired up. And we're looking good. Beautiful. Predictive wind shear and weather radar can come off as well. And we're just going to wait for our taxi instruction. Thank you very much, guys. Glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, that was pretty nice, I think. I'm pretty happy with that. Macco simulations, I don't know if you've left it or not yet. But thank you very much for tuning in. I'll catch you again soon. Take it easy. Jordan, yeah, the printer is awesome, isn't it? How long did I play this before I start streaming? Well, I've been streaming longer than I've been playing this, essentially. Thank you. Cross, welcome. Hope you're doing well, brother. Good to see you, We've got some hot brakes here as well, haven't we? Guess I used manual braking so heavy right at the end there to get us off the runway, but oh well. Obviously we'll just have to bear that in mind before we do our turnaround here. We're going back to Manchester, so... did he give me taxi? I'm sure he didn't give me taxi instruction, did he? Dublin Tower, my apologies if I missed your instruction. Did you clear us for a taxi to Terminal 2, Shamrock 249?
Roger, it was just continue right turn on Sierra.
Beautiful, thank you. Continue right on Sierra, Shamrock 249.
Roger.
Okie dokie, so he did give us instruction. I must have just spoke over him or something, I don't know. I was doing two things at once. So, taxi on straight down Sierra. And he didn't tell us to cross the runway, which is going to be in front of us, so to make sure we don't do that without his instruction. Yeah, so welcome to Dublin, guys. This is a payware scenery. So, first time I've flown into here, so very intrigued to see how this looks. You got the tower over there. Looking pretty nice. This taxiway looks pretty good. Good ground markings. Nice and realistic. And obviously this runway, I think in the base game is actually... I don't think it's operational.
420, ready for taxi.
Easy 420, you can taxi. Link 2, link 1, echo 1, hold short 2 at left.
Alright, we're going a bit fast here, 35 knots.
Link 2, link 1, echo 1, and hold short of 2 at left.
Let's just slow down. This is actually really nice.
249, continue Sierra, hold short 34.
Is that for me? He said easy.
Dublin Tower, very good afternoon. Every Air 142, stand 121 for IFR to Cork.
Every Air 142, Dublin Tower, good afternoon. You're clear to Cork on the Alono 5 Alpha departure, runway 28 left. Your squawk 6600.
Clear to Cork as filed, the Alano 5 Alpha departure from runway 28 left and squawk 6600.
I'm just going to hold
Every
here
Air
because I'm
142.
pretty sure he just gave me
Every Air
instruction.
142, reback corrector for report ready, push and start.
Apologies, Tower. Did you contact Shamrock 249er?
Hey firm, it was continuous Sierra hold short runway 34.
Hey firm, sorry, I thought you said easy 249er. Continue Sierra, hold short 34 Shamrock 249er.
I quite possibly did.
All good, all good. Alright, cool. So, continuing down at Sierra, holding short 34. But this is beautiful, I love this. It's actually got the holding points on the taxiway, which a lot of airports that I've seen don't have, which is always useful. Because sometimes these signs are just so difficult to read. What is that aircraft over there? That is a funky livery, I'm not sure what that is. Alright, we can turn the anti-ice off now as well, can't we? My first solo was out of Dublin in a Cessna 152 and Iona Airways. Nice, dude. Nice. I've never flown into Dublin myself, except for just now. But IRL I haven't. Is payware a one-off license or per airport? It is per airport, unfortunately. But some of them are so worth it, you know, honestly. Some of them have got so much work put into them. For example, the Macco simulations in Manchester, you know, the amount of work they put into it to make it realistic is just insane. So some of them are just so worth it. Shamrock 249 holding short runway 34.
Roger, expect another 5-second delay.
5-second delay. We're just going to wait for this EasyJet, I
Easy
think.
420 upon reaching, clear for takeoff 2 at left surface wind 190 degrees at 7 knots.
Clear for takeoff runway 28 left, easy 420.
Okay, so this guy's going to text.
You can cross runway 34, Bravo 2, Bravo 1, stand 406.
Crossing runway 34, then taxi Bravo 2, Bravo 1, stand 46, Shamrock 249er. Alright, great stuff. I'm surprised I got that readback correct, to be honest. I wasn't ready for it. Alright, so we're crossing runway 34 here. This is another thing I like about Dublin as well. It's got this sort of interesting runway layout, which you don't really see too often. Quite
Dublin
cool.
Tower, Air 159, will you stand 137 centre, request
So,
IFR.
Bravo 2 is... Bravo 2
Every Air 159
is this one right
Good
here.
afternoon, you're clear to Cork on the Alano.
Bravo
5
1
Alpha
is
departure,
straight
runway
on.
2 at left, your squawk 6602.
And we are stand 46.
Thank you, clear for departure
Bravo
on
1
the
here.
Alano 5 Alpha from runway 28 left, squawking 6602, Every Air 159, thank you.
Every Air 159, our reback is correct, advise ready for push and start.
I bet this guy's getting so... I bet this guy's getting a bit impatient with me. I keep asking him to repeat himself. So he said Bravo 2, Bravo 1, and then stand... I'm sure he said 4-6, but I'm not seeing a 4-6.
Dublin Tower, Every Air 142, stand 121 for push and start.
Oh, it'll have been
Every Air
406, won't it? It'll be 406. Let's go 406.
QNH 1000.
Alright, beautiful. We'll go 406.
Face west down QNH 1000.
Let's see what this sign says. That's saying 405. This is another thing about the payware airports. You have all the correct ground markings, so it's so much more enjoyable when you're flying on a network like VATSIM. Here we go. So we've got 406. Here we go. We've got all the ground markings. 406 Alpha. Okay, we're going 406 Alpha. All right, there we go. Beautiful stuff. Let's turn on the parking brake, turn off the transponder. we shall... should have really turned these lights off so we don't blind the ground crew. APU bleed can come on now. Both engines can get shut down. So engine 1 off, engine 2 off. Wing lights can come off. We'll wait for the engines to spool down fully before we turn off the beacon lights. And we'll turn the seatbelt signs off. Got a perfect landing rating by self-loading cargo. Gotta love it. Can't complain. Alright, so engines are spooled down now to 0.1 and 1. So beacon lights can come off. External power. Oh, that turned itself on. We'll turn that on. And we shall get the jetway connected. We'll get a baggage service, catering. And I'm not sure why this fuel supply, the power supply doesn't just appear when you pull in, but it always seems to be available. Is the jetway actually going to work here? This jetway is pulling away here. What is going on? Oh, what the hell? Really? This jetway is going to connect and not this one. What the heck? That's so bizarre. Look at this long ass jetway. Jesus. It's gonna go straight through the ground power unit. Nice. And that's definitely not safe, but we're gonna take it. All right, cool. So let's let the passengers off. Do most of the airports you fly into have someone playing as a controller? It depends, really. It depends. I try to plan... Well, recently I've been trying to plan my routes around that, but it's not always the case. Flying Stu, welcome to the chat. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Joe, welcome to the stream from Ghana. Good to see you. Welcome to the chat. Soren, we're at Dublin International Airport. Echo, India... Delta Whiskey. Looks amazing. Matthew says, I'm still flying FSX. Does the new one give more info in terms of procedures? You definitely have it down, man. Thank you very much, dude. Appreciate that. It doesn't really, to be honest with you. No, it doesn't really give you that much info. I rely on charts to give me all the approach plates and whatnot. Alright, cool. So we're just going to wait for the passengers to disembark here. Still got 67 on board, and then we'll get our rating, and then we'll get set up for our next flight. So we'll turn off our fuel pumps, and we are going to leave everything else as it is, because we're going to take off from this airport relatively soon again. So, yeah. Can you fly into Tel Aviv one day? Yeah, for sure, man. 100%. Not sure when, but I will add it to my list for sure. I'll tell you what we can do, though, is whilst the passengers are disembarking here, let's have a quick browse around the airport. First time watching, we'll follow you. Appreciate that, Colin. Thank you very much. Glad you're enjoying the content. Take a flight to Denmark. Yeah, for sure, in the future. I'll add it to the list. I've got so many ones. I love how complete this is. Are you gaining anything from these flights, like a career mode or just flying? No, I mean it goes in your logbook, but other than that, no, not really. It's just sort of a, personal satisfaction, if you like, and obviously it's, it's content for you guys. All right, so here we are at Dublin. Let's have a very, very quick browse around. It's a fairly large airport, but this is a payware scenery, so we do want to check it out. There's going to be some nice details here. As you can see, it's got all the ground markings, and they're looking pretty good. Let's see, is there an inside? There is actually an inside in here. It's very basic, but there is an inside, and you can sort of see it from the outside, but it's not that visible. I guess this is Terminal 2, right? And this is one of the main piers. So this, I guess, is the main terminal building here, which is very nicely modelled. Very, very cool. The road is not really that nice, but how many people look over here often anyway? Daryl, good afternoon. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. I did see an Aer Lingus right here. Here we go. Aer Lingus cargo. Very nice, very nice, very nice. Let's see what else we got. So I guess this is the cargo apron right here. And let's see, we've got another player over there with the, you can see he's got his strobe on the back, or his nav light, sorry. This is Pier B, Terminal 2. Looking pretty good. I mean, overall, it just looks really nice. Everything looks nice and weathered. It doesn't look too cartoonish. It looks good. And this pier looks very cool, like with the kind of circle style. I'm not sure what to call it, to be honest, but it looks cool. I like it. Vienna has a few of these, and they look very cool. Got some Aer Lingus signage on the jetways here, and I've got the name of the airport there in 3D sign modeling. This guy, I'm not sure what's going on here, to be honest. He's kind of... I'm not sure. And we've got another pier here. Looking pretty good. I mean, overall, this is a pretty good scenery. It's pretty nice, to be honest. We've got some hangars over here. And we've got some other stuff over here. Aer Lingus, I believe, their HQ is at this airport. So I imagine there is an Aer Lingus office somewhere, unless this is it. This looks like it. Yeah. So this could be the Aer Lingus office here with like a built-in style, with like a built-in hangar or something like that. Quite cool. Obviously, this is a focus airport as well for Ryanair. Big shout out to my Ryanair cabin crew in the chat. So I'm looking forward to doing some 737 flights out of here once the 737 comes to this sim with Ryanair. But other than that, it's pretty quiet at the moment. We've got someone taxiing down here. And yeah, we should have had all our passengers disembark now. Let's check. Oh, sorry about that. Alright guys, let's see. So, okay, they're not... I think it's bugged where they get stuck on. So let's deboard instantly. And let's view our flight report. There we go, boom. A+, I'll take it. On time, early. And yeah, I mean, everything is green. You can't really go wrong. Perfect landing, A+. I don't even know what to say. That's probably the best rating I've ever had using this mod. Yoni, am I an Airbus or Boeing dude? I honestly don't like to choose between the two because I think they're both pretty cool. We could turn the APU bleed off as well now that the passengers are disembarked. Yeah, I don't know which to choose. They're both very cool. Personally, I think Airbus speaks more of my language. I think, you know, just in general, I can get my head around their systems much easier than a Boeing. Even though Boeing is arguably simpler, but I just think Airbus makes more sense to me. I do like fly-by-wire systems, so if I had to choose, probably Airbus. I love the A380 as well, and the 350, so yeah. Daryl, good afternoon. Welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Is it other players acting as ATC? Yeah, it is indeed, Cross. It is indeed, yeah. I'd love to see you land at Lucklet Airport, says Cottam. We actually did a landing at Lucklet Airport last week, I believe. So if you check back in the videos, you can actually see us attempting a landing there. It was quite rough, to be honest. The wind, it was very windy, let's say, and it was pretty rough. But you can actually see that if you go back onto my older videos. Can you fly to Mail in the Maldives? Yeah, 100% down for that. I'm adding it all to my list. Mail Maldives. Norway and Tel Aviv. So I'm making a note of everything. If you guys also want to put any more suggestions for routes and destinations and whatnot, if you join my Discord as well, there's a link to that if you press see more on the Facebook post or in my about section on Twitch, etc. Same on YouTube. Join my Discord and you can stick it down in there, and that will remind me. Can you put a payware link in the chat, please? I don't actually have a link for it, but if you just Google Orbx Dublin Microsoft Flight Simulator, it will come up. There's a lot of good sceneries on Orbx as well, so I hope that helps. But I don't have a direct link for it. In fact, actually, yes I do, I tell a lie. There we go. So that's the link to the Dublin airport, if that's what you're after. You fill up with fuel in proportion to the distance you have to fly. Yeah, pretty much, yeah. I use a flight planning service called simbrief.com, and that calculates your fuel based on your destination and your alternate airport. What kind of controls do I use? I'm using the Thrustmaster TCA Airbus Edition controllers right here. Self-loading cargo is payware. Is that what you use? Yes, it is. Yep. This is self-loading cargo right here. Love to see Hurrah in Zimbabwe. If you could fly to that, I will make a note of it as well. I use auto rudder or pedals. I am not using auto rudder, but I don't have any pedals either. Essentially, I just use the Z-axis on my joystick. It's not that great. I don't really like it that much. I would like to get some pedals, but the amount I use rudder is quite difficult for me to justify at the moment, considering we're in the middle of a lockdown, etc. So I'm just going to make do with the Z-axis for now. Tadiwa, welcome to the chat over on YouTube. I hope you're doing well. And I have got a shitload of notifications to catch up with as well. Ian, I don't know if I thanked you for the 50 stars, but I appreciate that. Thank you very much. And yeah, I don't want to ramble on too much here because I've been talking for quite a while, and we could do with sort of getting underway a little bit. So I'm going to make a bit of progress here before I start rambling on forever. We're going back over to England now, to Manchester. So let's get a flight plan all sorted. So this is simbrief.com that I previously mentioned. We want to go on new flights, and we're going to be Echo India November 208, which is the ICAO code for Aer Lingus. 208 is the flight they run to Manchester, and we're going to go Echo India Delta Whiskey to Echo Golf Charlie Charlie, which is Manchester. We're going to pick the A320neo airframe, and basically it will work out the rest of the details. So it gives you a routing based on a realistic routing, and you can also use these other services to figure out a route. In fact, I never do this. Let's try it. Okay, never mind. So it gives you a routing, and it will also give you a alternate, which is in this instance Heathrow, and it will also give you runways based on the weather. We know the departure runway here is probably going to be 28 left, so we'll select that, and in fact I will just check that. So let's go to MCDU menu, ATSU, AOC, ATIS, IDW, departure, airport. Oops. I didn't realise it cleared it out if you did that. So let's send that. And we'll just wait for the company message here. We'll get rid of that. Wait for a company message to appear here anyway. I mean, I suppose it's good that we're taking our time and chatting here because we do still have the brakes hot warning, which we can't do anything until that goes away anyway. The brakes should be cooling down. Are they? 580. This is the only hot one here, so the left-hand side main gear. I mean, it's nearly under the limit anyway. That should go down pretty soon. Alright, so we've got company message. Let's go received messages and then ATIS. Let's print that off. I have the Cytec flight control and CT pedals, not able to get them to work together. I've not used either, unfortunately, so I can't really suggest them. What simulator are you trying to use them on? Is it Microsoft Flight Simulator? Does this mode have emergency situations? It doesn't at the moment. Well, it sort of does, but they're not that well implemented. So I'm going to just say no to that because, yeah. I haven't really messed about with them because I know it's not that well implemented. Like, for example, if you have an engine fire, you know, and you press the engine fire squib button, then the fire doesn't go out. It just continues on. So, yeah, it's just little things like that that just make it not really worth doing at the moment. So we've got our ATIS here. 28 left is still the runway in use. So we'll select 28 left here on the drop down. If we're going to arrive on 23, runway 23 at Manchester, it's going to be 23 right, not 23 left. Because they're only really using one runway at the moment. Just know that from experience, and it's a fairly local runway to me, so... Let's go generate OFP, so that's going to generate our flight plan. So we'll close that off, we don't need that anymore. In fact, yes I do. What am I talking about? I'm just going to keep that up on my other screen here. Okie doke. And then what we could do here is we can pull all that information down from SimBrief using the aircraft. Hey, where Moscow looks amazing. Yeah, it does look pretty cool actually. Yeah, I did think about getting that. Yeah, I think if I was going to get any of the city packs, I would probably get that one, to be honest. It does look cool. And it includes like 3 airports or something. It's crazy. Yes, Flight Sim 2020. Is this a sim that you use now? Yes, it is, yeah. I'm not sure what to suggest then, Sigurd. Yeah, have you checked the Microsoft Flight Simulator forums? There's lots of really helpful people on there. Probably more knowledgeable than I am in terms of stuff like that. Hey Scoobs, welcome to the chat, brother. Hope you enjoyed playing Hunt. Good to see you. Thank you very much for the like and yeah, the flying visit, I guess. Sleep well, brother. Alright, cool. So let's go into our init page, and if we click this button here, it'll bring all our details down from SimBrief, or it should do. So you've got Echo India Delta Whiskey to Manchester. So that's brought that down correctly, and it's got some of our timings on here as well. Let's bring in our perf weight and balance. So this is loaded in our... It should have brought in our... weights from our flight plan. So let's just cross-check that. 4812 is the fuel required, so we'll load that. That's correct. And then let's check our payload. So our payload, in fact, it's probably just easier to check our zero fuel weight, which is 58.2, which again is correct. So we'll load that on. And the door's closing just reminded me I don't want the jetway to disconnect, which it is doing. Let's connect that. Let's get a baggage service as well, and catering. All right, cool. And we bring up self-loading cargo. We'll start new flight. We'll choose the Aer Lingus sound pack again, and we'll click import from sim brief. That's going to bring up our details that we just made on the flight plan. Departure time 25 past looks good. Let's start flight. So that's going to start the flight. We've got the jetway connected, so we can go ready for boarding and start the boarding. Let's just minimize that. We are, of course, going to put the seatbelts on as well, because we've just loaded in our fuel, and we'll do that above as well. We'll turn the APU bleed on as well, so we've got some airflow in here for the passengers. And we'll jump on back down here and go back to our init. So we can hit init request here, and that's going to bring in our flight plan. Cruising flight level is 250. Our cost index is 21. Flight number is 208, so that's good and correct. Jumping over to our flight plan here, we want 28 left for our runway. So we're going to go for 28 left, and the departure route is the Samba 1 Alpha, which is not on here. So I'm reading the wrong flight plan. It's the Liffey 6 Alpha. So that is here. Liffey 6 Alpha, 28 left, insert. And then we'll set up our arrival into Manchester, because it's not a long flight. We don't want to do everything in the air. We'll go ILS-23 right, and we're going to go for the Mercy 2 Bravo arrival. And we'll insert that. That is correct, and I won't do what I did last time and just set off without checking the actual route that's being input here. So we'll make sure this all makes sense. So we can expect it to go out to the west and then back on ourselves and across to the east. So that looks all correct, and we'll just step through this. Yeah, so that looks pretty good. Check the RadNav page. Make sure there's nothing we need for DME information on the way out. There is not. And then the ILS frequency on the way in. Is 109.5, so that is correct. Brilliant. Let's go init B. Now, it appears... Oh, I can change this. I don't know if that's going to work. It is. Alright, cool. And then we'll check our trip wind, which should be a tailwind now, because we're going in the opposite direction, which it is. So we've got 12 knot tailwind. And this might be a little bit off, but yeah, we're just going to have to go with it, unfortunately. So that is all calculated. Let's go fuel prediction and just set the trim as well, something I always forget to do. So 30 CG looks good. Change this back to arc mode. Let's see what the QNH. QNH is still 1001. I'm going to just hit B on my keyboard, make sure that's in line with the game. Alright, cool. So we're pretty much set up. We're ready for our clearance. Flaps 166 is good. Transition altitude, I believe, is 5,000 in Ireland. Let me just double check that on the charts. I'll catch up with the chat momentarily, guys. I'm just going to try and just get some stuff done before I end up waffling on for ages again. The transition altitude, yeah, is 5,000 here, and then we shall just recalculate these V speeds. So we've got 129, 130, and then 134 this time. Okay, so this is information echo. And we are flight number 208, Jam Rock 208, information echo. We're at stand 406 Alpha. Alright, cool. So our tower controller is still online, I believe. So let's have a quick word. Let's tune that to 118.6. And I do need to just log off and put my new call sign on. Disconnect, reconnect. 208. And I need to file that flight plan actually before I forget. So we'll file that. Call sign in use. I need to disconnect. Disconnect. File. Reconnect. Alright, let's see how the passengers are doing. 82 passengers remaining. Alright. Good stuff. Let's tune the tower now then. Dublin Tower, good afternoon. Shamrock 208, stand 406 Alpha, type A32 November. Requesting IFR clearance to Manchester Information Echo.
Shamrock 208, Dublin Tower, good afternoon. Hello Ian. You're clear to Manchester, Liffey 6 Alpha departure, 28 left. Your squawk 6621.
6621. Cleared to Manchester via the Liffey 6 Alpha departure, runway 28 left. Squawk is 6621 Shamrock 208.
Shamrock 208, your reback is correct. Advise ready, push and start.
Beautiful. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so let's get Squawk in.
Every 156, I have a FMC failure. I need a few minutes to adjust. Can I move off the runway and then relocate?
If you can taxi straight ahead and take the first right at Sierra 1.
Alright, cool. So before we get underway, let's see what's going on here. This is still cooling down. It's cooling down very slowly. So let's do a bit of a...
Tower, every 147 ready for push and start.
Every
just turn the volume down.
Is approved base west to QNH now 1001.
Just turn the volume down just a touch so I can actually hear myself. And we're going to jump over to the flight bag. Alright, let me just answer some questions real quick. Ramsey, how do you get different sound packs for cargo? On the self-loading cargo Discord. Danilo, apologies, can't read the first message. Silvio, not sure what you're talking about there. Danilo, I will not understand your language using a translator. I'm Brazilian. Okay, I'm not quite sure what you're trying to say there. Do you not understand English? Unfortunately, I don't know Portuguese or Brazilian. So apologies there.
Air 156, permission to hold on Sierra 1
okay, let's go back to fair fullers.
FMC.
Fair play, dude. Did you? I hope you got yourself a nice memento from the Guinness factory, though.
No advisement ready for departure. Sorry about that. Thank you very much.
Spencer, yes, I was indeed talking to an actual person. Yeah, Dabiana, welcome to the chat. Hope you're doing well. Welcome to the stream. Is that a live tower chat? It is indeed, yes.
Direct to Manchester, not above altitude 4,000
He is speaking to some of the players. I'll show you in a sec. But, let's just do the departure briefing real quick. So as you can see, we're here at Dublin International Airport. Currently parked at Terminal 2, I believe this is Pier B. Yeah, Passenger Terminal 2. Pier 4, sorry. So we're parked here at 406. And yeah, so we're going to take off at 28 left here. So we'll most likely get a taxi out on one of these taxiways and straight down onto the runway like this via Echo 1. This is a hotspot right here. It's not too busy at the moment, so I don't need to worry too much. And then once we've taken off, we're going to be taking off via the Liffey to 6 Alpha departure. So that means we're going to be flying up to 3,000 feet as a minimum here before we take this turn, making an immediate right off to the east and then out to Liffey here on the over the sea.
Clear to land, 2 at left, surface wind remains 200 degrees at 8 knots.
Pretty straightforward, really. Nothing too much to worry about. Obviously, we've got a minimum climb gradient, but we shouldn't have an issue with that in the A320. So that is that for our departure briefing. So let's jump on back down over here. And just real quick for all the people that are asking about the live tower. So if I bring up the... I'll just load this in before I do that. So if I come out here, and this is like... Well, this is a drone camera. For some reason I can't... My controller's gone off. Let me just reconnect that. This is Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, yeah. So if you listen to the controller for a little bit, I don't know if you guys could hear what he was saying over what I was. Eventually the sim will start responding again. I can move this camera. There we go. So as you probably heard, there was someone on the runway who had an issue with something. That's this guy right here. He's in a generic aircraft at the moment because there's no model to match whatever he's using. But as you can see over here, there's a guy...
Golf Delta, traffic is an Airbus A320 to your 2 o'clock on a 5-mile final from runway 28 left, altitude indicating 1,700 feet, report traffic.
Okay, so this guy is talking to someone in the air saying, report traffic. There's someone on a 3-mile or 4-mile final, I believe he said, which I assume is... I guess it's probably that aircraft over there.
Livery 147, where would it taxi?
Oh yeah, he could be coming for 28 left, won't he? So yeah, speaking to another
Livery Air 147 taxi.
So if we listen to this, link 5.
Foxtrot inner, down to Foxtrot, Echo 1, hold short 28 left.
Let's see where link 5 is. So someone just asked for a taxi.
We'll take link 5, Foxtrot inner, Delta Foxtrot,
he's going to taxi out via link 5, which is, I believe...
Every Air 147.
Every Air 147, that was spot on.
Here. Link 5 right here. So it was this aircraft that requested taxi, and he's going to taxi on down to the runway. So that was the other guy that he just spoke to. And so on and so forth. I could do this for a while, but yeah, I hope you get the idea there. And we're about to do the same thing ourselves.
159. Have I been handed over to Unicom yet, please?
All right, great stuff. So we are ready to go almost. Let's see, I've got our passengers. 3 more passengers remaining. Let's get our fuel pumps on. We'll arm our landing lights as well and arm our strobe lights. There we go. We've got all our passengers on board now. So... just making sure I've got everything set. Ground spoilers. Auto brake max. Excuse me. We haven't been given an initial climb clearance, so there's no restrictions on the SID. So I'm just going to set our cruising altitude, which was 260, I believe. So I'll set that. Let me just double check that. 250, sorry. Yeah, we're going to the east, so it's odd numbers. Our brakes are still hot for some reason. It's not showing on the status page, so we can still complete our checklist. Alright, so before start checklist, cockpit prep is complete, gear pins and covers are removed, signs are on and auto, adheres are to nav. Fuel quantity is 4.7 tons, takeoff data is set, barrel ref is 1000, both sides set. Windows and doors are closed. Beacon light is coming on now. Thrust levers are idle. We'll bring up the hand cam again. Thrust levers are idle. Parking brake is on, and that is a before start checklist completed. Alright.
Dublin Tower, Shamrock 15 November, ILS 28 left.
Shamrock 15 November, Dublin Tower, hello, continue approach.
It is Microsoft Flight Simulator, yeah.
210 degrees at 8 knots.
Continue approach 28 left, Shamrock 15 November.
Continue 3 Papa Romeo, any stand preference?
No, it's the same. Yeah, 3 Papa.
Roger.
Golf Oscar Zulu Golf Delta, do you want us over to Unicom now or still with you?
Just going to wait for a second to speak here.
Just about to leave the zone. You can monitor Unicom now on 2.8. Enjoy your flight, bye-bye.
Over to Unicom, have a good time, see ya.
Shamrock 208, stand 406 Alpha, ready for taxi.
Every Air 147, hold position. Every Air 147.
Apologies, we're on mute. Yeah, we're holding position every Air 147.
Roger, thank you. I had an aircraft calling for pushing start, I believe, or taxi.
Yeah, sorry, push and start, Shamrock 208, stand 406 Alpha.
Shamrock 208, your push and start is approved, QNH 1001.
Push and start approved, QNH 1001, Shamrock 208. Yeah, I asked for taxi there by accident. I realised we'd not pushed back yet. Alright, let's get the tug on the way and the doors closed. Passengers are all ready to go. Jetway is disconnecting. Let's see.
Tower is closing in the next 5 minutes.
Tower is closing next 5 minutes. Okay, so hopefully we'll get our departure with them. Alright, great stuff. So we should have a tug on the way now. Here he comes. We are going to push back and face this way.
Taxi to hold short to left, number 2 in sequence.
Aircraft coming in for a landing here.
Continue taxi, we're following the EasyJet in front of us, Air 147. Roger, thanks very much, Air 147.
Alright, tug should get connected in a second.
15 November, clear to land, 28 left, surface wind 210 degrees at 8 knots.
28 left, clear to land, Shamrock 15 November.
Let's release the parking brake.
Papa Romeo will be your second left on.
And let's go back.
Hold short runway 16.
Left down, we see 1 road short, runway 16.
Alright, so engine 2 starts. APU goes very quiet as all the bleed air gets sent over to the engines. It's not a bad pushback there, actually. Nicely done. I'll take it. Parking brake is set and we'll send the tug on his way.
768 India, Roger. Behind the landing, Aer Lingus A32NX, line up away at runway 28 left behind.
So he's talking to these guys now who are just about to depart.
Landing A321, easy 68 India.
Alright, let's get our predictive wind shear on and our weather radar. We're going to turn our anti-ice on as well. Engine 2 is available. Start engine 1. I'm actually going to just jump down here real quick and see if we can clear this brakes hot message. There we go. Beautiful. That is gone. Leave, thank you very much, bro.
Holding short runway 28 in sequence.
Every Air 147, Roger.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it.
5 November, very well for the Dublin, vacate right Sierra.
On VATSIM, I keep getting the error invalid SID password when both correct info and connection failed to voice. I'm not quite sure, to be honest. I've never had any issues with VATSIM, and I'm not that well versed on troubleshooting with it, so I'm probably not the best person to ask on that. Sorry, man.
Every Air 147, line up away runway 28 left.
Alright, so we've got both engines available, so the engine mode selected back to normal. Let's turn the APU bleed off. And we'll do the after start checklist. After start checklist, anti-ice is as required. Engine and wing anti-ice is on. ECAM status is checked. Pitch trim is set and rudder trim is 0. After start check Checklist
Three Papa
complete.
Romeo, you can cross 16, Hotel 1, Link 4, stand 203.
I believe we're on taxiway Zulu here. We are indeed.
Hotel 1, Link 4, stand 203 in A3 Papa.
Shamrock 15 November, it will be continue 0 to hold short 34.
Continue 0, hold short 34, Shamrock 15 November.
Shamrock 208 on apron at Zulu, ready for taxi.
Shamrock 208, you can taxi via Zulu, Link 1, Echo 1, hold short to it left.
Taxi via Zulu, Link 1, Echo 1, hold short 28 left, Shamrock 208.
Every Air 147, clear
All right.
takeoff 28 left, surface wind remains 210 degrees at 8 knots.
Let's get underway then, guys. So taxiing straight forwards on to Zulu, which is where we are currently. We're then going to go Link 1, which is left, then Echo 1,
in the,
and then we're going to go hold short 28 left.
Unfortunately, no further ATC, continue Unicom 122, that's play, bye-bye.
We'll turn on the taxi lights, and we'll get going.
And Carbon 12, North Shuttle 705 Heavy, good afternoon. Position stand number 403. Request clear the departure, Shamrock. Information Foxtrot.
North Shuttle 705, roger, clear to destination on the Liffey 6 Alpha departure, runway 28 left, your squawk 6612.
Just making sure everything is set for departure here. We're looking good. Let's check. Oops. Let's check with the cabin.
And departure 28
Flaps can get set to 1.
6612. 705 Heavy, ready, push and start.
North Shuttle 705.
I'm not sure why we're getting the master warning there.
Start is approved, the QNH 1.
So we're going left.
Push and start, prepared. It's 1001, 705 Heavy, thank you.
This should be Link 1 right here.
Shamrock 208, line up and wait, runway 28 left.
Line up and wait, runway 28 left, Shamrock 28.
Every Air 147, unfortunately, no further ATC. Continue Unicom 122, that's for late. Enjoy your flight, bye-bye.
So this is Link 1, Echo 1 right here. You can see it on the ground.
Bye-bye.
And we've been instructed to line up and wait 28 left, so we can go straight forwards onto the runway. It said slats not in takeoff config. Let's
Shamrock 208,
just do that again.
takeoff 28 left, surface wind remains 210 degrees at 8 knots, and 101 Unicom 122, that's for late.
Shamrock 28, clear for takeoff, 28 left. Alright, so it's going to say brakes hot regardless of what we do, so we are just going to ignore that for now.
November, cross runway 34, Bravo 2, Bravo 1, stand 406.
Alright, so before takeoff checklist flight controls, we're just going to pretend they've checked because we've already checked them before. Flight instruments are checked, briefing is done. Flap setting is 1+F. V speeds are 129, 130 and 134 I believe. Ecam memo is blue, but we're going to ignore it. Takeoff runway is 28 left, cabin crew advised, TCAS TARA, engine mode selector is normal. And packs are on. Before take-off, checklist complete. Let's take those levers up to 50% here. And stable up to flex.
Free Air 156, and you look with the FNC.
Alright, so Manflex 66, SOS, runway, side stick half forwards. Auto throttle down the blue.
I got it all fixed, I just have
Passing through 80 knots, releasing the side stick.
Air 156, that's good news.
100 knots.
You can call me back, sure.
Thank you, sir.
V1 and rotate.
Too low, terrain. Too low.
Gear up. Not sure why we're getting that terrain warning. We had that yesterday as well.
Terrain. Too low, terrain.
Alright, beautiful. I'm actually going to engage the autopilot here because we've got a tight turn to take, and to be honest, I'm feeling lazy right now, so we're going to engage the autopilot. That's going to climb us out. Before we get to this turn, we need to be at 3,000 feet. So leave a climb. We're going to bring the throttles back to the climb gate, and that's going to now drop the nose and accelerators. We're going to be approaching S speed here, so we'll bring up the flaps. And maybe a touch low, but Yeah, we should be good.
5x5.
5x5, roger. And looking for VFR clearance to Manchester. Over here on the...
Alright, cool. It's passing through 3,000 feet. I'm actually going to set standard pressure because we are going straight up to our cruising altitude. There's no need to have the sea level altimeter setting set. Ground spoilers can be disarmed. Flaps are all up. Oh, transponder. Could do with turning that on.
to Liverpool is
I completely forgot to turn that on.
0403.
Might as well turn the landing lights off as well. And we are good. We'll turn the wing lights on because we do have icing conditions here. Alright, and we're making our way out. It's beautiful. Passing through the transition altitude now at 6,000. Good stuff, good stuff. I'm surprised I missed the ATC part on the checklist actually, which is where you would usually set the transponder, but I completely forgot about that. Alright, so after takeoff, checklist landing gear is up, flaps are retracted, packs are... see, I think the pack should be on right now, but it doesn't say that. Let's see what it says down here.
Roger, you can taxi via the apron taxiway.
So the packs do appear to have airflow through them, so I'm going to say packs are on. And Bauer ref is set to standard on both sides. After takeoff checklist complete.
Taxi via apron taxiway.
Great stuff. And we're breaking through the clouds. Fantastic. Wow, look at that icing. That is not good. That's totally unrealistic and not good at all. I've got all the anti-ice on, so technically speaking, we shouldn't really get any ice at all. And we're apparently covered in it. But thankfully, I've got the developer mode open, so we can literally just get rid of it. So that's fine. I'm gonna get rid of it because it's not realistic and it's not anything more than a visual effect. So alright, beautiful stuff. So we're on our way out now. Let's just check. I'm going to check VATSIM real quick and just see if there's any other controllers on in the area.
Echo 1, hold short 28 left.
Surprisingly, we haven't been handed off by ATC yet. Here is the VATSIM network currently. This is us, the pink tag. And yeah, it doesn't look like we've got any center controls on, but we do have a ground tower controller on at Manchester, so we'll get some nice ATC as we get in towards Manchester, which is very nice. There was a center controller on earlier, but it looks like they've logged off now, unfortunately. Let's just refresh it, make sure it's all up to date. But yeah, quite a lot of controllers on at the moment. There's some in Norway, which is really cool. I'd like to do some more flights in Norway. Alright, cool. Could you tell me why the registration is different on the fuselage as it is in the cockpit? Yes, I can, yeah.
Have you a visual report chart?
To be honest, I'm just going to go...
A visual reference?
I'm just going to go to Unicom. Because that guy's logging off in a minute anyway. And we're well out of his range. Alright, cool. So, yeah, the registration is different because this livery is painted by a third-party community member of the flight sim community, and the cockpit textures are actually done by the mod team at Fly-by-Wire, and basically they do all the internal decals and texturing and stuff like that. So yeah, so basically it's two different people making parts of the aircraft, and that's why it doesn't match up really. I could, if I wanted to be super realistic before the stream, I could go in and change this quite easily. I've done it before, but to be honest, I didn't even think about that. Usually I have it so it says follow Bobby Fuzzy here instead of even a registration. But I forgot to replace it today because I updated the mod, and it kind of resets all the files to the original files, so So that's why, essentially. Hope that makes sense. Alright, cool. So we're underway here. We can get rid of this ATIS. We can get rid of all this paper that we've got stored here. There we go. And yeah, we're on a climb out here to 250. Yeah, we're just going to chill for a little while. If anyone's got any questions or anything in the chat, feel free to ask away. I'll see if I can catch up with some notifications as well. And then we'll do an approach briefing. So Addy, Greg, Mathina Thanar, apologies if I pronounced that really badly, but thank you very much for the follows. Stephen, Dennis, Stefan, Diego, Stephen Kelly, Aaron, Polyvios, Leaf, thank you very much for sharing. Everyone above, thank you very much for following. Glad to have you. I hope you're doing well. Thank you very much for the follows. Mateus, thank you very much for the follow. Damiana, thank you very much for sharing a stream. Bobby, thank you very much for following. I hope you're well. Stuart, good afternoon to you. D'Souza, thank you very much for the follow. Andre, glad to have you. Steve Spring, thank you very much for the follow. Rodney, Adam, Emmanuel, Aftab, Chris, Jay, Harsh, thank you all for the follows. Absolute legends. Abdullah, Colin, Jan, Soren, Caroline, John, Tiziano, Joe, Careful, apologies if I pronounced that wrong again, but thank you very much for the follow. Ali, Alexander, Lewis, thank you very much for the follows, guys. I hope you're all well and having a fantastic day. Madala, April, Rene, Andy, David, Nathan, Nyan, Margaret, and Ed. Thank you all for the follows. I hope you're well and having a fantastic week. Stu, Valentine, and Rob as well. Thank you very much for the follows. Brendan as well. And apologies, Rob. Thank you very much for sharing the stream. Much appreciated. All the likes and shares that you guys can do for the stream are all extremely helpful and really do help share the love and help get the stream out on Facebook. So I appreciate that, guys. Thank you so much. Colin asks, do you prefer day or night flying? To be honest, it's a totally different experience for both. Day flying is probably my preferred, but night flying is just a totally different experience. It's quite, it can be quite overwhelming flying at night. It's quite hard to see a lot of things, especially when you're taxiing on the ground. But yeah, both is equally fun. Loving the stream. Bobby says, Dorada. New to flight sim and loving it. Any good tips, advice you could give to a newbie? Yeah, I mean, I would just have a, you know, if you want to sort of get into it, you have to have kind of a bit of a mind for learning. You know, there's quite a lot of stuff that you need to kind of, you know, put a bit of time into to getting the concepts of it before you can really fly super well. So, you know, I mean, I don't try and claim that I'm an expert or anything. You know, I've still got a lot to learn myself, but you know, there is quite a lot to learn, and depending on how realistic you want to be, you know, there's a shit ton of stuff to learn. You know, like myself, I'm still learning stuff every single time I'm on. So yeah, and if you're using Flight Sim, this Microsoft Flight Simulator, you know, I'd recommend doing all the tutorials, like every single one of them, and make sure you just do them over and over until you get it perfect, and then start doing your own flights. That's what I did, and that really helped me a lot. Yeah, if you've got any questions or anything, I'm more than happy to try and answer anything if you've got any specifics that you want to ask about. You'd love to see me do a flight from Newcastle to East Midlands EMA if possible. Yeah, 100%. I think they're actually adding a Newcastle airport to the base game next week, I think. So probably I'm down to do that probably next week. So I'll make a note of it, Newcastle to East Midlands. But yeah, I'm loving doing flying in the British Isles recently, because there's a lot of ATC that you get on, and it's a lot of fun. So but yeah, yeah, down to do that 100%. I think, like I say, they're adding Newcastle next week, I think. So yeah, Alright, welcome back, Mariner. How was your flight, dude? Oh, sorry, you didn't finish your flight, did you? But yeah, I hope trip to hospital was okay and everything is well. Let's do a quick approach briefing. So, jumping over to our DFB. This is our routing today. We're about halfway into it. It's a pretty short flight, this one, into Manchester. Yeah, currently flying over the northwest coast of Wales. And just got to show you this, guys, because this is looking pretty stunning. Going through these amazing clouds. Bit of lightning going off below us. Absolutely amazing. Gotta love it. It's quite calming looking at that, isn't it? Very nice. Alright, yeah, like I say, jumping back over to the flight bag here. This is our arrival into Manchester. So we're going to come in from Mallard here, and we're going to take this routing down to Wallasey, VOR, and then over to this waypoint Mersey here, where we need to be going 230 knots to maximum, well, 230 knots. This holding is max flight level 140, but we shouldn't need to hold today, I don't think. So we'll go Mersey, and then we're basically just going to vector ourselves towards the ILS, which is basically this course here. Assuming it is 2-3 right, it's fairly straightforward. It's a 3-degree glide slope. Platform altitude is 3,500 feet, so we need to get down to 3,500 before we start down the ILS. And final approach fix is at 10 miles. We're going to start down the ILS at that point. And that's it. Yeah, we're not gonna. The usual procedure, I believe, is to fly straight over this MCT VOR, fly back out that way at 3,500, and then turn around and come back. We're gonna basically just come in from. If I overlay this, I can overlay this on the map so you can see it. Yeah, we're basically just gonna come down this green line here, and then we're gonna basically just vector ourselves straight across onto the ILS rather than going towards the airport and back on ourselves. So that's how it's going to work, but let's just make sure we've got the correct runway. So we're going to jump back into the cockpit and have a look at our ATIS. Let's bring that up. Yo, Lack, thank you very much for the £5. That's very, very generous of you. Thank you very much. Very, very kind. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate that. Absolute legend. For your coffee fund, dude, helping me procrastinate while pretending to work. I'm glad you're enjoying it anyway, dude, and that you think it's worth the £5 donation. But I appreciate that. Thank you very much, dude. Thank you, thank you. Albert and Paul, thank you very much for the follows as well. Alright, so I've just been contacted by Manchester Radar, I believe. Let's just get in touch with them. 11857 is frequency. Let me just check it is Manchester Radar. I'm not actually sure what frequency it is. I think it's Manchester Radar. Manchester Radar, good afternoon. Shamrock 208, a flight level 250, inbound Mallard.
Shamrock 208, Manchester Radar, hello. Vectors for the ILS approach from runway 23 right. When ready, descend flight level 80.
Expecting vectors for 23 right. When ready, descend flight level 080, Shamrock 208. Alright, cool. So, let's just check here how far we've got to go. We've got 90 miles to go, and we need to be at basically sea level. So we probably need to descend pretty much now. We need 85 miles, so let's start descending now. And we'll get a little bit ahead of the curve because I've still got a couple more things here I need to do before we're ready. So we were correct, it is 23 right. We'll jump on over to the ATSU and just finish getting our ATIS. So Echo Golf Charlie Charlie, we'll make sure arrival is selected and send. Dorada says, oh, sorry, I actually missed Mariner's message and Rob's message. Sorry, missed loads of messages. Do I only fly jets? Wondering if they have flying club airports on the base sim. I'm not sure, actually. I'm not sure. I don't think so, but there's a lot of freeware airports that you can get with stuff like that included. So if you have a look online, you can find some stuff like that. Orbx have already released Newcastle as payware, so I don't think East Midlands. I think they may do East Midlands, as no one has done that yet. Yeah. That might be what I'm mistaking, Mariner. I might be mistaking the Orbx one for what is so.
Descend flight level 70, route direct Mersey.
Descending flight level at 70, route direct to Mersey, Shamrock 208. Alright, so we've got a little bit of a shortcut there. That's not on there. We haven't put in the arrival yet, have we? No, we have. Interesting. Okay, let's just type it in then. Direct to Mersey. That's going to cut left a little bit. There we go. Perfect. And he said flight level 70. So we'll just set that as well. So that's good. And we'll continue getting our ATIS here, as we were so rudely interrupted. We'll get our ATIS and then just print that out real quick. Dorada says, cool, I'm working my way through the tutorials using a HOTES, get in there. Do a few flights just to get into it. Love how in-depth it can be. But yeah, I mean, that sounds like, you know, the right approach to me. Yeah, it's best to learn using the Cessna or whatever, just because it's quite an easy plane to get into, I think, and it helps you learn, you know, some of the basic concepts. So yeah, man, keep at it, keep at it. Leaf, thank you very much for the link there. I can't view that just yet, but I'll have a look momentarily. Third update for next week. Oh, is that a new article? Is that a new article? But yeah, I think it's between Tuesday and Thursday next week. Landing is still very iffy, wouldn't want to be a passenger. I mean, sometimes my landings are pretty terrible. Can be quite challenging. Thomas do I ever run into any issues during flight? Sometimes, yeah, sometimes. More with the sim though, rather than with the aircraft. Alexander, thank you very much. Am I doing another flight after this? No, this is actually going to be my last leg for today. Stanis, thank you very much for sharing the stream. Much appreciated. Hope you're well and having a great day. Welcome back to the chat. Alright, so we're heading out to Mersey here. And yeah, that's not, for some reason the star's not inserted correctly, but we're going to get vectors from Mersey anyway, so yeah, no issues. Don't need to worry about that too much. As long as we've got the ILS frequency tuned, which we do, we don't need to worry too much there. So let's jump down here and put in our arrival information. So our QNH is 1006. Temperature is 7 degrees. Wind is...
Shamrock 208, leave Mersey, heading 090 degrees.
Leave Mersey, heading 090, Shamrock 208. Okay, so once we arrive at Mersey in 12 miles, we'll need to take a turn at 90 degrees, which is going to take us basically straight towards this point here, roughly. So, wind is variable at 3 knots, once again. Seems to be variable at Manchester quite a lot recently, so I'll just stick that in. I'm not sure the best way to put variable wind in, to be quite honest. Transition altitude is 5,000 again. Minimums are going to be 449. at Manchester. The ILS 23 right. And this is information Lima as well. I'm just going to make a note of that so I don't forget. Cool. Okie dokie. I'm actually going to tune the Manchester VOR for a bit of DME, a bit of distance information, MCT. And then we can flip the switch here and it's going to give us some distance information. So we've got 20 miles in a straight line towards Manchester. 3.8 miles to go till Mersey. So I'm actually just going to pull the heading now. And once this reaches about 1 mile, I'm going to start the turn to 090. Thank you very much for the follows, guys. Carl, Michelle, Matt, and Hamadou. Apologies if I pronounced that incorrectly, but I appreciate the follows. Thank you very much. Hope you're all well. So we've passed through that waypoint now, so let's turn towards the heading of 090 as requested by ATC. And thank you very much for all the shares, guys. So Ritaros, thank you very much. Ganesh. And yeah, Stanis, thank you very much for the shares. Much appreciated. Thank you. So passing through 10,000 feet, let's get our landing lights on real quick. We'll get our nose lights on as well. And let's see on self-loading cargo. Oh no, I forgot to turn the seatbelt signs off. The passengers are still satisfied though somehow. Let's give them a little bit of freedom to go to the toilet real quick before we get too close. So we're slowing down now to 250 knots as we pass through 10,000 feet. Passengers are definitely going to mark us down for this. We're a bit late on slowing down there, but let's do that. Our next frequency we'll be going to is probably the tower controller, which is on 118625.
Correction, Shamrock 208, 32 track miles, descends to altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1006.
Descend to 5,000 feet, QNH 1006, Shamrock 208. Is the QNH. I'm just going to press B to make sure that matches up. Did he say 5,000 or 6,000? I'm totally doubting myself here. I think he said 5,000, didn't he? Just confirming descending to 5,000, Shamrock 208.
Shamrock 208, affirm.
Okay, beautiful. Yes, I was busy trying to tune this frequency while I was listening to him. 18625 will be the next frequency, so that's that. And then we've got ground controller on as well at Manchester, which is great. Alright, cool. Let's choose a gate as well, actually. Why not? I'm going to choose a faraway gate because I never do that. Actually, Jordan, are you still watching in the chat? Where would an Aer Lingus aircraft, where would it park? Which terminal? Which pier? I don't know if you know off the top of your head. UFE 1006, I have 1005. Yes, I do, because the 80s...
1208 descends to altitude 4,000 feet.
Descending 4000, Shamrock 208. Yes, I have 1005 set as the QNH because the controllers will use the real world weather. Now, the game is using live weather, but sometimes there is a slight discrepancy between the real weather, which the ATC talk about, and the in-game weather. So what I always do when I get a QNH set is I press on my keyboard B, which sets it automatically to the in-game QNH, just to make sure that it's correct, because obviously we want the in-game QNH because that's going to decide ultimately.
Shamrock 208, turn right heading 140 degrees.
Turn right heading 140, Shamrock 208. Alright, so we're going right here, and I'm actually going to start slowing down now as we start getting vectored in towards the final approach course. Let's go for our approach phase, and we'll bring out speed brakes just to get us slowing down a bit more. Let's turn on the landing system.
Shamrock 208, descends to altitude 3,000 feet.
Descending 3,000, Shamrock 208. Everything else is Terminal 1 at the moment. Got you, got you. Okay, cool. I request I request stand 28 then, because that's quite far away. Alright, so we're nice and slowed down now.
Manchester radar 8359 with you, 037.
8359 on Manchester radar, hello, climb out flight level 190.
Alright, so I'm just going to try to pay attention here now, guys, for the approach, so I'll catch up with your messages momentarily. Thank you very much for the reminder. Seatbelts are coming on.
Shamrock 208, turn right heading 190 degrees, cleared ILS approach, runway 23 right.
Turn right heading 190, cleared ILS approach, 23 right, Shamrock 208. Okay, so he's turning us right in towards the airport now. He's cleared us for the ILS as well. So I'm going to hit localizer, and that's going to arm localizer. So we should capture that momentarily here as we start to swing right. And there we go. The aircraft is now going to start flying towards the localizer. So if I bring this up, you can see that it's bringing us in. Probably hit that a little bit early there, but it's not a big deal, I don't think, in this scenario. There we go. So we've got localizer captured, outstar speeds, and we're now going to turn onto the localizer.
359er, monitor Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
122.8, easy 359. See ya.
Terminal 132. Which is Terminal 132? You mean is that the stand number you're talking about? Alright, so 10 miles out, 11 miles even. Let's get flaps 1. We are cleared for the ILS as well, so as we get a little bit closer in here, we are going to activate approach and get established fully. At the moment, we are kind of flying to the left of the localizer. The aircraft seems to be a bit lazy at the moment in terms of getting you towards the localizer after you've flown past it, so it's just going to kind of come in slowly there. The diamond is coming down now for the glide slope, so let's arm approach modes. Glide slope is armed.
Shamrock 208, contact Manchester Tower 118.625. Bye.
118.625, Shamrock 208, thanks for the service. Manchester Tower, Shamrock 208, established, ILS 23 right.
Shamrock 208, good afternoon, 23 right, clear to land, the service wind variable, less than 5 knots.
Shamrock 208, clear to land, 23 right. Okie dokie, gate 32. Yeah, we're actually going to gate 28, which is next door to 32. Are the other players' voices too? Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're live ATC controllers. So 7 miles out, let's get flaps 2. Lovely sunset. Did I switch the seatbelts back on? I did indeed, yes. Paul, good evening. Welcome back to the chat. Tuned in at a fantastic time here. Alright, I forgot to do the approach checklist. So let's just fire through this real quick here. So briefing is confirmed, ecom status is checked, landing distance is confirmed, 5.9 miles, seatbelts are on, bar ref is set, both sides, 1005, minimum is set at 449, engine mode selector is normal, cabin crew is advised, auto throttle is speed, auto brake is low, and ecom memo will be landing no blue momentarily. Approach and landing checklist complete. I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to do it like that, but hey ho. Alright, so flaps 3. Great stuff. We've got 4 miles to go. Let's get the gear down to slow us down a little bit further. We are still a little bit fast. Let's check with the cabin, and flaps full. So we're a little bit off the localizer. This is what I was meaning with it being a bit lazy. We are clear to land, so let's turn the flight directors off and take manual control. And I'm going to turn myself towards the localizer here. Making sure I don't go above the glide slope. Or off the localizer as well. I've just flown past it a little bit. We've got a slight crosswind behind us at 10 knots. Apologies, I forgot about the hand cam there. So we're a little bit high now. Correcting. Oh dear. Had a little bit of a bounce there, but not a bad touchdown at all. I think I was a little bit overzealous with the flare there, but we've got reverse idle.
Good afternoon. Fly Mike 1 lap, way 2 for right. Mike 1 line up 2 to right from the 6 Trevor Tango.
Okie dokie, it wasn't quite as good as my last touchdown, which was absolutely perfect, but not too bad.
Shamrock 208, contact the ground 121.850, goodbye.
121850 for Shamrock 28.
Okay, that's 6 Romeo Tango, 2 free right, clear for takeoff, the service wind variable, less than 5 knots. Clear takeoff 2 right from the 6 Romeo Tango.
121850 before I forget. Alright, cool. So we're on the ground. Yeah, a little bit of a bounce. It's the first time I've bounced in a very long time, actually. Let's get the APU on. 2, 3. Anti-ice can come off as well. Get all the flaps up. Disarm the spoilers. Just retract them as well. Get the flaps up. Beautiful.
Manchester ground, Skyways 908, request taxi.
Skyways 908, taxi mate Mike 1, number 2 free right, fly Juliet, Foxtrot, Foxtrot, Kilo and Juliet.
Thank you very much, guys. Appreciate that.
Yeah, it wasn't
Mike
the worst landing in the world, I suppose.
Juliet, Foxtrot and Kilo. That was Juliet, Foxtrot, the initial.
Alright, let's contact ground. Manchester ground, good evening, Shamrock 208, vacated 2-3 right at Alpha Foxtrot, now on taxiway Alpha, request taxi to stand 28.
Shamrock 208, Manchester ground, hello, you're catching taxi stand 28, say?
A firm, yep, stand 28.
Go Roger, taxi Alpha hold Alpha 4 initially.
Taxi via Alpha hold Alpha 4, Shamrock 208. Alright, cool, let's get on the way.
Easy 5521 requesting radio check.
5521, Manchester ground, good evening, 125.
I wish there was a replay mode in this sim, to be honest. I'd love to see the landing again. That first touchdown was...
for Ryan 33 Delta Echo.
Yeah, the first touchdown was really nice, but I think I didn't realise I was so close to the ground. I think I carried on pulling back for the flare, and that's why I bounced. But the bounce was a decent, well-controlled bounce, so it wasn't too bad, I suppose. Like, I was looking at some of the Airbus documentation with regards to bouncing, and yeah, it wasn't the worst bounce in the world. So yeah, I'll take it. Looked pretty controlled to me. And where did you learn all the extra bits and bobs? I can smash most IFR approaches. I just don't know much about small things. Just by watching other YouTube videos and researching online, doing a lot of reading and stuff like that. So yeah, all sorts of different places, but yeah, mainly just sort of, you know, when I find stuff in the aircraft that I don't understand, I'll just
Skyways 908, thank you.
I'll just Google it and look into it and try and understand what it is. Alright, so here we are at Alpha 4. Let's just hold short here as instructed. Alright, parking brake is engaged. Turn off our strobe lights. Alright, so after landing checklist, flaps are retracted, spoilers are disarmed, APU is on, radar is off, as is predictive wind shear. And that is the after landing checklist complete. Do I remember you? I am, to be honest, I'm not sure. You'll have to give me something else to go by because I can't read that name, unfortunately. Oh my god, the brakes are so hot. 1,000 degrees.
Continue taxi stand 28 via Alpha, deck, Crescent Alpha, Delta, Echo, and November Charlie, and Foxtrot.
Continue taxi via Alpha, Delta, Echo, November Charlie, and Foxtrot for stand 28, Shamrock 208.
Yeah, sorry, that was my bad. It was Alpha, Delta, Echo, November Charlie, and Romeo, stand 28, and just give way to that EasyJet passing left to right.
Sure, no problem. Giving way to the EasyJet passing to the right, and continue taxi via Alpha, Delta, Echo, November Charlie, and Romeo, stand 28, Shamrock 208.
Manchester ground, good evening, Easy 5521, is at stand 31 with information Lima, requesting IFR to Innsbruck.
Okay, cool, so let's the EasyJet come past, and I'm just going to work out where the heck we're going now. So
yeah, we can do, roger, AFM.
We're going to go Alpha, and then we're going to go first left here, up to where the EasyJet came from. We're going to go straight forward on a Delta, and then take a left onto Echo, right onto November Charlie, and then Romeo.
Samba 1 Romeo departure, after Samba, November 859 to Honolulu, that's Hotel Oscar November, then
so we're kind of keeping right here,
3372.
right until we get to our parking spot, so pretty straightforward really.
Can you just repeat the departure, please?
Samba 1 Romeo.
Alright, great stuff, cool. And oh yes, I do remember you, dude. I remember you. That was yeah, I'll never forget that flight. That was very memorable.
5521, just confirm after Samba, November 859 to Honolulu, then it's filed.
Alright, cool. So we have EasyJet's passed us and we've been cleared the rest of the way. So let's get on the way here.
5521, that is correct.
5521, correct.
Let's see what our passenger rating was.
T1
pretty good.
taking a wrong turn.
Pretty good on the landing.
Disconnected. Right.
Not bad at all. They say it's a perfect landing, so we're happy there. Can't complain. Make sure we're going the right way here. So this should be Delta right here. The signs are a bit difficult to read. I hope they adjust these. Oh, it's so difficult. I can't read it at all. But I'm pretty sure this is Delta. I've got a chart open on my screen here. I can't read that at all, that sign. Yep, Delta 2. So, yeah, we're going to carry on straight forwards and not go too far off the taxiway here. Alright, and then straight forwards here, and then this taxiway will turn into Echo. I do love this Manchester airport scenery. It's so nicely done. Thomas Cook hangar right there. This sign should say Echo. Oh, that was a bit too late looking at it there, but yeah, this is Echo going up this way. Yeah, I'm really hoping that they change the look of the signs here because they're so difficult to read. And then we should be taking a right onto November Charlie here, so I'm actually going to slow down because there's no sign here. I'm guessing the marking might be on the ground. I'm not 100% sure. It doesn't actually say, but this is definitely November Charlie here.
Ryanair 33 Delta Echo, request taxi.
And then all the way around the corner onto Romeo. And this is the pier we want to be at here. And we want to be stand 28.
Ryanair 33 Delta Echo.
So I want to keep on going around here. I went off a little bit there because I was looking at my charts and whatnot. Yeah, I love this scenery. It's so good. It looks so like Manchester. It's great. So we're looking for stand 28. I think it's probably this next one here. What is this? 28. There we go. Beautiful. Turn our nose lights off before we turn in towards the gate. Oh, bit hard on the brakes there, a bit premature at stopping, but we're basically at the right line. I think that's the A320 line right there. It is indeed. Let's just call it there because there's no point in shuffling about in this thing. Stand 28. We made it. APU bleed can come on now. External power is already on. And we can power down both the engines. So that's engine 1 and engine 2 coming off. We'll wait till they spool down fully before we turn off our beacon lights. We'll speak to the ground services and get the jetway connected and baggage on the way, as well as a power supply. The engines are spooled down, APU bleed is on. Beacons can come off now. Wing lights can come off as well. And we've got that jetway coming over. There we go, it's already connected. Let's disembark. Gotta love it when you get a perfect rating. We'll let the passengers now disembark. Make sure the seatbelt signs are off. Alright, and we'll do the parking checklist. So flaps, APU bleed is on, engines are off, seatbelts are off, external lights are, nav lights are on. Fuel pumps are off now. There we go. Parking brake and chocks are set. And that is parking checklist complete. So we'll wait for our passengers to disembark and then we'll do the securing checklist. So whilst we are waiting for them to disembark, we might as well do a bit of this work right here. So crew supply oxygen can come off again. The ADIRs can come off as well. We'll wait for the passengers to disembark to do the rest of this stuff. We'll unlock the cockpit door now. You can actually look at the galley right there with the camera, which is very cool. Love that. We can turn the TCAS off and the transponder off as well. Should have turned that off straight away, really. Everything else is good. So just need to wait for the passengers to disembark now. So if we bring up the cabin view, we can see our passengers disembark. Dylan, welcome to the stream, buddy. I hope you're doing well. Good to see you again. And yes, I do remember you from the Kathmandu flight to Lhasa. Yeah, I remember indeed. I responded to that earlier on. C. Thamaram, welcome to the chat. I hope you're doing well. Is the airport signage on the freeware is absolute garbage? Do you have Navigraph? I could use that while on VATSIM for all the charts, arrival, taxi departures. And even better, you can connect it to your iPad and see where you live. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I do have Navigraph, and it is very helpful for taxiing because, like you say, I mean, this is a payware airport, and the taxiway signage is still pretty crap on it because they're using, I think, the SDK built-in taxiway signage, which is quite small. It's too small for sim use, I think. So I think Gatwick has got it done really well, and the Dublin, where we just flew from, is really good, as well as Vienna as well, the old payware. The Gatwick freeware is really good for taxiway signage. But I think the default signage, which what this airport is using, is a bit too small. Your view change looks pretty smooth and slick. What do you use to control it? My hat switch is a bit finicky and I spend a lot of time readjusting. Nobody's there. Yes, you're right. They're all off. I'm using basically the number keys to change my cameras most of the time. So like this, like this, like this, like this. It's all number keys. So I think the default keybind is Control and a certain number key to do it. Jordan, glad you enjoyed, buddy. I will catch you soon. Take it easy, man. Good to see you again, as always. All right. Let's view our flight report. We got a grade A, not quite as good as last time, but still pretty good, on time and early. And they probably marked us down for 250 knots, and the landing lights, yes, as always. So there we go. We've got an A. There's not too much to really worry about here. The landing again, it was a little bounce, but it wasn't anything too major, I don't think. So that is going to be that. So let's close. Well, cargo unloading is still going, so we'll let that go, and we'll just do a parking a securing the aircraft checklist. We'll get rid of that. We'll check the brake temperature, which we can check with this one. So the brake temperature is it's actually saying it's okay. Well, it is quite hot. It's still fine. Oops. Oh, now it's just popped up saying brakes hot. Delay takeoff for cool. Parking brake. Prefer chocks. Okay, so that's not really relevant to us in a flight sim because there's no chocks really. So we're just going to ignore that. Parking brake is set. ADIRs are off. Oxygen is off. APU bleed can now come off as well. And the APU subsequently. We could turn off the emergency exit signs now. No smoking signs as well. External lights can come off as well. And the batteries will come off as well. And the external power can come off as well. So that is the full aircraft shutdown. So in a moment, everything should just go black. And that is the securing the aircraft checklist completed. And with that, thank you very much, everybody, for tuning in. It's been an absolute pleasure, as always. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Before you go, if you're over on Facebook, where the majority of our viewers are now, if you would just stick around for a couple of moments, we're actually going to send you over to another stream where we've got some awesome people streaming Flight Simulator 2020 still. So we're going to send you over there in a second. So if you don't mind hanging around, that would be amazing. We're going to send you over to Helldiver Gaming. Sean from Canada is absolutely awesome gentleman, and if you go over there, just hit him with the fuzzy raid in the chat. That'd be really, really cool, you guys. So thank you very much for tuning in today. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and take it easy. Thank you once again for all the kind words. Bruno, thank you very much for tuning in. Adhamadu, Craig, Matthew, Liam, Lack, as always, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm not sure if I'm on tomorrow or not, potentially, but if not tomorrow, I'll be on again on Sunday. Liam, thank you very much for tuning in. Leon, thank you very much. Pleasure to have you as always. Thank you very much, dude. Sita Moran, Dylan, Matthew, James. Who else have we got? We've got Jordan. God, so many people today. Thank you very much for all the support today. Really appreciate it, guys. And there goes the aircraft. Thank you very much for tuning in, guys. I'm going to send you over to Helldiver Gaming now. So once again, I appreciate you all. Thank you very much. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace. Remember, fuzzy raid in the chat when you get in there. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Mariner, take it easy. Thanks for dropping by. Paul, take it easy. Aidan, Travis, Thomas, Lewis, thank you very much. Philip, see you later. Thank you very much for tuning in. Anyone else over on Twitch, once again, appreciate you tuning in. Thank you very much for all the follows today. Much appreciated. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Bye for now.
My man, thank you so much. What's up, Bobby Fuzzy? How's it going, bro? Bobby Fuzzy Raid. What's going on, everybody? Mark Riley.